There's my model. Perfect. Okay. Hi, everyone. Welcome back tonight. We're doing more Powerwash Sim, and I've got Soph with me again. So we're
Oh,
gonna clean things and probably chat about random things because that's usually how these streams go, right? Right.
yeah,
Whatever comes to mind because there's only so much you can talk about, wow, look at that dirt wash away.
sure is dirt.
Sure is dirt. Look at this backyard, though. What happened to this backyard?
What happened to most of the things in this game, to
You
be
know,
honest?
to be fair, you're right. Just like there's lots of yuck. And it's only on everything besides the plants. Like the greenery looks immaculate. The house, immaculate. Everything else, it's like a bomb went off or something.
A nasty
A
bomb.
nasty bomb. I remember the controls on this. Whoa. Let me see. The there was a button that was if I can remember the button. Nope, that's turning. Nope. Ah, aha, there we go. Okay. Cleaning the house. Make sure the little puppy dog has a nice clean house.
Maybe the pup got into some mud and then shook himself off.
The dog did all this?
Maybe. They
Maybe.
got in a really big mud puddle.
Maybe it was Clifford the big red dog.
He needs a bigger house then.
He needs a bigger house, yeah.
Unless the dog lives in the house, and then
This is the
the
people
doghouse is
house.
like, that's where the people are.
This is where the people live. Yeah, obviously this is Clifford house. Look, it's red.
Yeah. There's no other indicators of who else could live there other than
No.
what color the house is.
Only
My house is clearly blue.
exactly. My house must be blue as well, or at least teal.
Yeah.
Or maybe you know what it
Is it
was? Maybe the doghouse was Clifford's house when he was a puppy, and he was itty bitty, and he outgrew this house, and so the owners were like, "Well, we gotta, I guess, we gotta find a new house for you." And like, oh well, we've got this nice house here. We'll just trade with you, Clifford. You can have the big house. We'll take your old puppy house.
that makes sense.
Because that's definitely logic that people
Yeah.
would follow.
Because you're employing logic when you're dealing with a 20-foot dog.
Yes, you are definitely applying much logic to it. Do I have? I feel like I have an extension on. Do I have it? No, I don't. I don't have any extensions yet. Oh
If
right, I only had extensions on the other maps
if
because
you
they were
can see
special.
your hand, you have an extension.
Gotcha. Because I was like,
Because
wow.
you bring it out to like stabilize it.
Mouse wheel changes between the nozzle heads? What?
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 I've only played on controller, so I didn't know
Oh right, that is true. I don't know. I accidentally hit the scroll wheel and I was like, whoa, I can trade I can change between them.
that. Yeah, I use thumpers for that.
Gotcha. That's probably also nice and easy too.
Yeah,
Probably change. Nope, that's not the one I went.
I
It's
was
hard.
strangely quiet playing this game.
It's always strangely quiet.
Yeah,
I
just because I'm used to things having music in them.
that's true. It is strangely quiet in this game. I was about to say I'm like, well, we can talk about something, but I was like, I get into it though, where it's just like, okay, we gotta get this speck of dirt off, and I'm like, oh wait, I've been silent for the last 2 minutes as I've been scrubbing this part of the wall.
Or better yet, where the hell is the last speck of dirt on this entire freaking wall?
Exactly. Where is the hell? Where's the hell? Where
Where
the
is
hell
the
is
hell?
where is the hell? I don't know. I've been told it's somewhere down. Whoa.
Hell opened up and spewed ash everywhere, and that's what happened in this backyard.
I see. That makes a lot of sense. but somehow not on the grass. The grass must be like watered with holy water or something.
That's right. The guy from Lawnmower Sim came by and dealt with that already.
Okay, gotcha. This particular
Don't know if that
house.
game has co-op though.
What about the what?
There's a lawnmower simulator.
Yes, I know.
I just don't
I
know if it has co-op.
oh yeah, I don't have that game. I have seen that game though.
A lot of simulators out there of varying degrees of quality.
Yeah, man. Whoever I'm not sure. I've never watched gameplay of it, but whenever I was scrolling through Steam the other day, apparently like Farming Simulator, it was like 50 or $60, and I'm like, oh my gosh, they must be so proud. They must be so proud of their simulator game because that is ridiculous.
I mean, I've seen people play it, and they seem to have a lot of fun with it, so I'm not sure.
I can't say one way or another, but I'm just like, that is like a Nintendo game
Yeah, well, for now at least.
for now.
The next Legend of Zelda game is going to be
Oh
$70.
no.
Yep,
Oh, that hurts my soul. And my
yep.
wallet.
Most of the time, I normally would not buy a game under that circumstance
Mm-hmm.
because I don't want to like encourage the behavior.
Yeah.
But I also know there are so many people who are looking forward to the next Legend of Zelda game that they're going to bitch about the price, but they're going to buy it anyway.
Yeah.
So me not buying it at like when it comes out isn't going to be enough of an impact on Nintendo.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll just like everything in my life, I'll be behind the curve on everything and wait for it to at least be $20 cheaper.
That doesn't happen super often with Nintendo games, but on occasion, like the eShop will have sales.
Yeah, I just meant like buying it secondhand when people are tired of it.
Yeah, when Soph beats it and hasn't played it for 5 years.
Just sits on your shelf or in your digital shelf staring at you.
I do have a physical copy of Breath of the Wild. I haven't decided whether or not I'm going to do a physical copy of Tears of the Kingdom, though.
Hmm. I don't know. I've started buying digital stuff just because I've been buying more things on Steam, especially for like streaming purposes, or if I find stuff on sale. But usually, I'm a very physical collector type of person.
Yeah. I I've been fighting with my capture card, so I haven't really wanted to stream Switch games.
Mm.
So my whole
I,
thing is I used to buy a lot more physical copies of console games
mm,
when I actually had to go to an office every day,
yeah.
and I would go buy a GameStop or a Best Buy on the way home,
Yep.
and it made more sense to me then.
Yeah.
But now I'm working from home on Thursdays and Fridays, so I don't go by those places
Mm.
on days where most games come out, since they tend to come out at the end of the week.
Ah. I guess that would make sense. So people will play it over the weekend if they're in work or
Sometimes
school.
they come out on like a Tuesday or something though, so
Huh.
I don't know.
Who knows? I don't. I'm not video game smart, so I can't say.
If you don't tend to buy games the day they come out, it doesn't super matter.
Yeah.
I've been kind of shying away from doing that in general though, just because I don't lose much by giving it a couple of days, and sometimes if it's a series that I'm not super sure about, I like to see people's opinions on it
Yeah.
before I commit to buying it.
Never be on the cutting
So
edge,
things
right?
like Kirby and Legend of Zelda, I know pretty well that I'm probably gonna have a good time with it.
Hmm.
So
Especially if it's expensive, I definitely let other people try it out before me.
yeah.
If it's not something that would definitely be up my alley, that I would enjoy for in comparison to the price.
So if I
Well,
can get my capture card issue figured out in the next month and 12 days, you can see Tears of the Kingdom when it comes out.
soon.
So I guess I'm probably playing Persona that night, or helping with Persona that night.
Oh my gosh, why is everyone texting me? I'm trying to do power washing.
We got two messages from somebody. I don't know who it is. Hopefully not my roommate.
Oh, sorry, I meant in game. In game, it just like my
Oh,
game kind of jittered for a second, and then all of a sudden text messages started coming through on the side.
there's a story.
Yes, I know there's a story. I'm just like, please stop. I'm busy. The one game where I'm like, no, please, I don't care about the lore right now.
The lore gets kind of wild. There's not a lot of story at the beginning, but it's
What
pretty much
happened
just
to the
this is
cat?
your job.
Yeah. All is dirty. Went to the effort of prettying up their flower beds. Did not scrub the wall around it though.
That's kind of how it gets with this game, at least for me.
Mm.
You get hyper fixated on cleaning a thing, and then you look around and you're like, oh no.
This one's kind of nice. So I like the brickwork. It's just like small little segments of it. Yes, I've got this segment done. Oh, I've got another segment done.
Yeah.
Very satisfying. Plus, when I was
It always
watching,
throws me off. It throws me off in multiplayer because it lets me know when someone else cleans something. I'm like, I'm
yeah,
not done with what I'm doing. Why did you give me a chime?
and ching. I know I was cleaning the doghouse and I hadn't finished up yet, and I just hear ching, ching, ching from the other side. I'm like, man,
Or if somebody else is cleaning a bunch of smaller stuff, like at the golf course.
yeah. But it's a team effort. It lets you know when your teammates finish cleaning something. That way you don't have to clean it.
Then you get money for it, so it lets you know for that.
Mm. Does it like split the money even Steven, or does it just pay you for that particular block since they're like each area is priced?
I think we both get the money for it.
Ah. Quotes the customer a certain amount, shows up with an assistant. All right, it's gonna be 2 times that amount now.
Right.
You see here, my assistant's coming as well. We gotta double that price. Are you going to do 2 times the work? No, we're going to do the same amount of work in your backyard. And it's just two of us, so now you've got to pay 100% more. You understand the logic behind that, right, client? Right, client? Yes. Okay. Be sure to have the money ready by the time we're done.
Except it's not even that. It's just like they're throwing quarters at you out the window while you're
Oh,
working.
gotcha. They're like, oh, I see you've got that step done. Here's $1.
Yep. Because I think as soon as you get the little ding, you can turn around and spend that money in the shop. That makes me wonder.
It makes you wonder.
If I wasn't sure if I had access to the soap
Ah,
selections from my store or if it was based on your, because you can't just buy like infinite soap.
mm-hmm.
You unlock soap stock as you
Gotcha.
go through the story.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't know if like I could um since I had the story finished, I didn't know if it went off my progress or yours for that.
Which one
And
does
for
it
the
go off of?
extensions and stuff, it goes off. Everything's based off your progress.
That makes sense. That way, other people who finish everything off don't come into tiny worlds with friends and are just like, here, have my ultra super duper.
Power level simulator.
Yeah. the button I wanted. Nope, that's not the button I wanted. What's the button I wanted?
Yeah, soap would have been handy for cleaning off that giant stone patio.
Yeah, it didn't take too long though. What
Yeah,
do? Oh, I totally forgot about the fence here. Which button was it? There we. No, I like the idea of having the, I guess, what's the word? The where the power washer gun points is not connected to the camera movement, but at the same time it's throwing me off.
there should be a toggle for that.
There is a toggle for that, but I was trying
Oh,
to use it without the camera because I'm like, wow. I was just like, just imagine it's just like I'm stiff in one position of just like oscillating back and forth. I was like, oh, we can try it without the camera movement, and I'm like, no, it's not working. It's not working.
sometimes it's helpful, but not always. I find I use it more if I'm up on like a ladder or something.
Mm. That one's done. This level seems to be real generous so far with the, I guess, how much dirt you actually have to spray off before it completes it.
Yeah,
Because there's been some areas where I still have like a decent chunk where I'm like, ah, yes, I will clean this off. And before I can do that, it goes ching!
wish they did that more often, but they don't.
It's very specific when it decides to do it. Also, all these wooden objects having like the grain and the knots in the wood, and me coming back and thinking that it's a piece of dirt. Or there's a piece of dirt and I think it's a knot in the wood.
I get the highlight dirt button,
There is the highlight dirt button, I forgot about that.
which is terrible on like brand new levels because everything is bright orange and it blinds you.
Not helpful in the least. Okay. Whoa. Can I jump? Why didn't let me jump? Fence panel, fence top, panel is done. We are clean. Alright, lawnmower. Gotta get you sprayed off. Looking pretty rough there. Oh no, is that rust? No, it's plastic. It's just caked on. Oh my gosh. The handles did not go as far down as I thought they did. It was all just dirt. How did your lawnmower even get this dirty?
It's really bad pollen.
Really bad pollen, like black mold pollen.
Yes. I don't know. I just work here.
I just work here. Where's the last bit from this lawnmower? Here? Almost done with it. Here we go. They have a star on their shed. I saw my dream RV at the auction. It's all creamy like a toffee pie on wheels. Oh my goodness. The lore of Powerwash Simulator.
Yep. There's also a little blip when you sign up for the job,
Mhm.
like before you even get in the map, and there's a little thing afterward.
There's a horseshoe here too. Feeling very western with their shed. I remember back when I was little and we went to Sam's Club and they had like these really fancy looking garden sheds over near the front. And I remember seeing this one that looked almost like a house because it had windows and stuff. And I remember asking my parents, I'm like, please, please, can we get this so I can have my own room out in the backyard? We did not get the shed to have my own room out in the backyard. Spoiler alert.
No,
No, we did not buy it. Just looking at this shed, I was like, it makes me remember that shed.
you sit in the shed in the 90-degree heat.
I'm sorry, something what?
You can sit in the shed in the 90-degree heat.
Yeah, the shed in the 90 degrees. See, I would have put an AC in it. I would have brought some fans and like a swamp cooler or something, but
Okay.
it wouldn't have been just like, oh yes, I'm going to live enclosed in this box without any air circulation or air conditioning. That would be a death sentence.
I've got a doggy.
You have a Dougie?
Dougie hopped into my chat.
I see.
It's a bonus soap stream because I didn't wait an entire month before going again.
Yeah, it's an extra stream. Cherish it.
Some people have like a bonus stream in the course of a week. I have a bonus stream in the course of a month.
You know what? We all have.
It's not April yet.
It's not April yet. You're correct. We're a few days from April. Not even a few days. We're a couple of days from April.
Like a day and a half.
Yeah,
Not even.
not even. But we all have our own pace. You can have a bonus stream in a week. You can have your bonus stream in a month. You can have your bonus stream in a year.
I think that's what Net's doing.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to clean the roof too. No, I'm too short for this.
Dougie is technically correct. Any stream for me is a bonus stream.
Even so, though, it's something to be cherished. So streams are
And
to be
since I don't have a
cherished.
schedule,
Would it be considered a bonus stream at that point, though, other than just self streaming?
maybe I don't know.
I don't know.
I have joked several times recently about it being a once a month sort of deal.
True. Oh, wow, that was a lot that just suddenly went away. Okay. Where's that stool? I jump up there. Please, please, please. I'm so close. Let me jump up here. Please.
Parkour.
I'm trying. Letting me float around the edge, but nothing more. There we go. I've made it on top of the roof now. Man, I could only imagine people who actually work on roofs, how nasty they must be.
Yeah,
Do not envy the job of roofers.
I don't envy it for a variety of reasons.
For a variety of reasons, I don't have to fall off a roof. I don't have to worry about that. I don't have to worry about the nastiness of being on top of a roof. Plus, it's
Sitting on top of roof tiles in 100-degree heat.
I know I was about to say it's going to be real hot up there. Any person who works outside, I tip my hat to thee because holy shit,
Yeah.
I would not last. Oh dear, how much am I missing? No,
You fall.
I did. Let me back up. Let me up. There we go. Okay, was it underneath it?
Yep.
Perfect. Don't have to worry about that anymore. Ah, this water. This pond. How could you let your pond go to such disrepair? Don't you want to put koi in it? Maybe Clifford ate all the koi.
Seems reasonable. Dogs eat koi, right?
Okay, moving object. Depending on how big the dog is, the dog might be like, "Oh, let me play with this," or "I'm going to eat this."
First one, then the other.
I'm sorry, what?
First one, then the other.
Then the other, yeah. Once they get tired of it, they're like, "Eh." I play with their food. Or already 80%. So mucky. No, I always wanted to have a koi pond. We've just never lived in a place where we could have a koi pond.
I moved to Japan.
Move to Japan, yep. Gotta move to Japan for cherry blossom season and have koi ponds.
Yep.
I want to go visit Japan at some point. Or would like to go in April too to see the sakura in bloom. Oh my gosh, why is there still so much dirt?
What are rocks if not just giant dirt?
The rocks are not giant dirt. They blend in with the dirt real well though. I would say, ah, yes, I'm done with the top here. No, I'm not. So much dirt. Oh, so many crevices for dirt to get in. You know, I appreciate that they have different sounds of water for the different sizes of nozzles.
Yeah.
Real dedicated to the authenticity for this simulator game.
I forgot they had like the Call of Duty esque prone and crouching indicators.
Oh yeah, over in the corner. I haven't been paying attention to it. I've just been hitting, was it control? Yeah, hitting control with my pinky whenever I decide, oh, I'm not close enough.
Almost being a bit of a bitch.
Huh? What's being a bitch?
The pond wall.
Oh yeah.
It's a big old piece that you
Oh,
started up there. Apparently, it's the whole thing.
apparently it is the whole thing.
There's no problem.
Almost done. Pond liner, pond wall, done. Swinging sofa.
Sofa storm snow.
Sofa stores.
Good thing there's no fall damage.
Did you fall off the roof? No consequences for falling off the roof.
And we have like really good shock absorbers in our shoes.
Maybe. gosh, there's crap on the bottom of this sofa too.
Yep.
Where is there more on the cushion? Gotta get real good and in there, huh? If you want me to do a deep clean on this, we should have been able to take this apart. Sofa cushion. Alright, sofa cushion. There's one, two, three. Okay, done. It was in the crevice. Just not happy. Keep hitting buttons. I don't want stop. I just want to clean. Clean. Clean.
Game's weird.
What's weird?
There's a lot of dirt left on that roof, and it's like, alright, it's clean.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, you had to find like the last figment of dust
It's like, ah, no, it's fine. Don't
on
worry
the
about
couch
it.
cushion.
Don't worry about it. What are we missing? Retaining wall caps. Lawnmower hand. What? Lawnmower handle? Water bowl. Does a dog have a water bowl?
Yeah.
Oh, I missed it.
Or perhaps not the dog, I guess.
Oh, sorry, the humans have a water bowl? Lawnmower handle. Maybe not a lawnmower. Guess it doesn't have it on the to-do list. Retaining walls, fence top. Suppose what's the retaining? Pond wall. That retaining wall. Retaining wall cap. Retaining wall in itself too. Oh yeah, I didn't do a good job on this, did I? Back to rocks being awful to clean again.
Rocks just look like dirt.
I guess so.
It also doesn't help that you have to get the undersides of like everything.
Yeah. They have overhangs. Ta-dang! Done. Okay. Escape to complete job. Look at us. Cleaning that is what's the word? Time lapse. Same backyard. $450. Nice. You know what? I should order my pizza. It's
Yep.
already after 7. I'm gonna order pizza real quick. No, honestly, I should have probably picked one up before I came home earlier.
I made macaroni.
You know what? That sounds good too. I just don't want to get up and go cook something.
That's fair.
Because then especially since I'm already streaming now, I'd be like, oh, I'll be back in like 30 minutes.
BRB.
BRB. Going to
Have fun
make
with
it.
Soph staring at the retaining wall.
Oh man, we live in Muckingham, the city of Muckingham.
I forgot about that.
No wonder everything's so dirty.
Yeah?
Yeah, names are powerful things. Okay.
Oh, Soph hopped, or, not Soph. Lex hopped into my chat. He said
Ah.
Soph, so I got confused.
So popped in your chat. Is this the Nyatosis?
Totally. No, Lex hopped in. Hey.
Hello, Lux.
Uh, been pretty good. It's weird that I'm streaming more than once a month. We do need to figure out Final Fantasy again at some point. I think there's an Easter event going on until the 10th. How are things with you? You've been working a lot, I think. At least working late.
Mm,
I've been recruited to teach my brother to play D&D, so that'll be interesting.
I like your idea for that one thing that like just hurts you a little bit every time you swear.
Well, one of the things in the DM guide is that you're encouraged to reward players for things like creativity.
Yeah.
And one of the things that they wanted to do, because my nephew, who's 8, apparently one of his teachers told him that he needs to work on being more descriptive in like his writing and stuff.
Yeah,
And I think it's something I can really like lean into
for
if I ever
sure.
end up being a game master for him. My brother's gonna end up running the first game, which I think works better just because it's his kid, so
Mm-hmm.
he's gonna have a better idea of what to do in terms of what'll be interesting to him.
Mm-hmm.
But if I'm ever gonna be the dungeon master, then there's a lot I could do with that.
Mm-hmm.
Because I can help my nephews be more creative, but I think you can also be. There is way to creatively swear, but you have to become more creative to get around swearing.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it'd be a fun little challenge for them.
Yeah. An incentive to not.
Yeah.
Ah, man. I wish I should have gone and picked this pizza up earlier. So much more expensive having it delivered. Oh man, they don't have
I think I
PayPal
even
anymore.
found a Pokemon homebrew module for how to implement that into D&D. So
Ooh.
once my nephew learns the basics, I might find a way to incorporate that too.
Yeah. Are you just prancing around out there? Your
Yep.
footsteps? Oh my goodness. Okay, hold on. I gotta go grab my card because for whatever reason they don't accept PayPal anymore.
Yeah.
Slowly but steadily. Almost will be ready.
I forgot I could rotate the nozzle. Actually, I probably remembered. I just don't think about it while I'm doing it.
Yeah. Boom. Okay, is that correct? I just want to get my pizza. Quit putting barriers in front of me from getting my pizza, please.
But do you want breadstick?
No, it's gonna be even more money. I'm not gonna eat all that tonight, so it's not gonna be as good. When it's
Yeah.
not fresh. I don't want extra dipping sauces, nor do I want anything sweet, nor do I want breadsticks or 2 liter. I'm good.
Dang. Nothing sweet. I gotta go.
Oh no, you no. See, I've already got you, so that's why I don't need anything else sweet. No, I would over if I got anything else, anything more, I'd be overloaded.
Oh, hey, Michi's streaming.
Would you look at that? Soph is also
Thank you, Discord.
streaming.
Dang. Well, I was looking through my Discord notifications and
Okay.
Ari's server lets me know.
I know. I have Twitch notifications too. It says, oh yeah, Soph is streaming. This started streaming 45 minutes ago. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, can I get my order placed in? Yes.
I
Confirm,
don't
please
have a
confirm.
starting soon screen, so I end up starting 5 minutes after anyone else I'm collabing with.
Yeah. Okay. Oh my goodness. Good thing I put it in now. It says estimated delivery in about an hour. They bumping.
That'll be almost in time for when you normally start streams.
I guess so, yeah. Okay, cool. That's all set up. Yeah, give me 1 second to go warn my folks. Just look, someone's gonna be knocking on the door in like an hour. Because they're gonna be like, who's at the door?
Candygram.
Candy Graham. I come back. I see off to the side over here, you slowly getting. Are you wants to push me away?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Oh goodness. Okay, now that I've ordered my food, we can continue. I'm sorry. Sorry for the wait.
I didn't realize that Lux was a first time chatter, but I guess if I've always been collaborating with him,
True.
he wouldn't have talked in my chat. He would just talk to me.
It's true. Okay, should we clean the bungalow, clean the playground, or clean the bike? I have three.
Playground's gonna take the longest, I can tell you that.
That's true.
That place is big, but we gotta do it all eventually.
Eventually. It's six hundred
And if we're gonna
dollars
be
too.
here for a bit,
It is $600. I guess we can start with that.
yeah.
Because it's still early in the evening.
The night is young,
The
even
night
if
is
I'm not.
young. The night is young, even if my body isn't. Even the trash can. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Disgusting. Or not.
Or not.
I I started washing it and it was changing colors. And then it went back to black?
I mean, it gets wet, so it's gonna be shiny while it's wet,
I
and
guess
then when it
so.
dries, it's gonna go back to more of a matte color.
That is true. You know, it just looked like it was a lot more colorful, and then it went right back to like matte black. I'm like, oh, okay.
You can see it. There should be yellow strips on it if it's like the trash can I'm cleaning,
I see.
and it's a lot easier to tell with that.
There we go. I'd say, oh yes, this is very dirty, and it went back to the same color it was before I even hit it with my water. I'm like, oh, it doesn't like my water, does it?
It's hydrophobic.
It's hydrophobic.
You cleaned the roundabout.
I'm working on cleaning. Damn it, another roundabout. I read these were also called roundabouts. So I call these like merry-go-rounds or something.
Oh, I got the notification for the payment received. It said roundabout cleaned.
These are fun to play on though. I don't know, I just remember when I was younger, I enjoyed holding onto the bar and running with it to get to go really fast and then jumping on it and feeling the centrifugal force.
Yeah. I don't think we had one of those at the playground in my school.
Mm. These were fairly rare at playgrounds near me. I don't even remember what playground I played with this at. But most playgrounds that I went to were usually like, here's your slide, here's your swing set, here's the occasional the little like does it have one of them here? I don't know if I have one on here. No, they don't. The little things that you sit on, but it's on top of a spring, so it just goes back and forth and around, just kind of like wobbly.
Yeah.
Or if I don't know what they're called, but it's occasionally that. And then whatever portion of like jungle gym type stuff that usually gets you up to the slide. Oh, and then monkey bars. Monkey bars are always there. Oh, the light shutting off this metal. No. It's dirty, but somehow just clean enough to be blinding.
It's like when I'm driving to work in the morning and someone has like a freshly washed car.
Man,
And
uh, the
sunlight reflects off it.
the death of me is driving home because I drive home roughly around sunset time, or at least
Yeah.
a month ago before time changed. It was roughly sunset time, and what's the word? Sedans and compact cars are the death of me because the what's the word? The backs of the cars are more. They would be closer to being parallel to the sky than I guess not the ground. They'd be more parallel to the sky versus perpendicular to the sky. And so the reflection always bounces off their back windows and blinds me as I'm driving.
Yeah.
my gosh, the underside of this too. I was like, how do I still have so much of this left? Because I have to clean the underside.
Typically,
Here we
there's a lot of that in this game.
go. When in doubt, it's underneath.
Probably.
Oh, no, don't switch. Why? Why is my instinct to hit the scroll wheel? What changes with the scroll wheel? Oh, scroll wheels use just zoom. That's probably why I'm instinctually hitting the scroll wheel. Get a nice clean roundabout.
What's your favorite?
My favorite.
Roundabouts.
Roundabouts. Floor plate. Go. The roundabout done. Am I done? Whoa. Roundabout. Small blue. Okay, that's the floor over there. There was something. Oh, oh, oh. Just hit it somewhere. Floor plate, no. Handlebar, no. Floor plate. Aha, there is some dirt over here, so. Oh, the floor is like in chunks.
Yeah.
Small blue floor. Large red floor. I always thought these were the coolest types of, I guess, ground. The like squishy, the squishy gravel like floors, the rubbery gravel at playgrounds. It was like walking on a huge mat.
I mean, that's pretty much exactly what it
I,
is.
I guess it is. Thinking about it, it is what it is, but
It absorbs the impact of kids hitting their heads on the floor.
on the floor, yeah. I just thought it was wild because I'm like, whoa, this is the biggest rubber mat I've ever seen. It's a little lonely over here by yourself.
It's a big place.
It is a big place. Make sure this dinosaur's all cleaned up. This dinosaur is like, it's like children took mud and just like, it was like a water slide, but with a mud pit.
Gross.
Not something I would particularly want to do.
No? No mud pits for Michi?
Yeah, I'm good. It's not particularly good for my hardware. know, even like when I was younger and I'd play like out in the sprinkler and stuff like that, I was always sensitive to like having grass between my toes. So I could only imagine being covered in mud. That does not sound great at all.
It's even worse when it like starts to dry
Oh,
and it
now
gets
it's
all cakey.
cakey.
Yeah.
Caked on
Like I've
mud.
never been covered in it, but I've had it on like hands and legs and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
does not sound fun.
That was enough for me. I remember a few years back, somebody I knew back when I started playing Final Fantasy.
Hmm.
Um, she had a kid who just did not like getting dirty,
Yeah.
and one of her friends was like, "Your kid's not manly," and we're like, first of all, he's 2. Second of all, what's wrong with not wanting to be dirty?
He wants to be clean.
Why does he like to play in the mud? No, not really.
Not always.
Like I wasn't a clean freak of a boy, but I wasn't like, golly gee, I need to go splash in mud puddles.
Yeah. Oh my god.
I dug holes.
Speaking, not necessarily mud puddles, but it was just, the timing was impeccable, and it was just like one of those, oh my gosh, did you really just do that moments. It was, it was a long time ago. I forgot what it was exactly. I think it was some sort of, maybe somebody's birthday or something. One of my siblings' birthday. Um, and we were going. We drove out to the local mall because they had a ice rink, and we were gonna go ice skating. For like birthday celebration stuff. And that particular day, oh, you know, it must have been one of my siblings' birthday because it was during the winter. Because I remember it was cold outside already, and so we already had like long sleeves and stuff on. But it had been raining too, so it was even more like yuck outside. And we were walking into the ice rink, and I was holding my little brother's hand, and he was, I don't know, maybe like 4 or 5 at that point. So, like, old enough to walk and have like a conscious, dialogue, but still just a kid. Um,
Yeah,
and so I was holding his hand as we were walking across the parking lot, and we got to, uh, right before we got to the sidewalk that walks into the mall, there was like this pothole in the ground of the road, and it was filled with water. And so I made a conscious effort to walk around it and make sure that he didn't walk in it too. But he decides to walk right, not only walk right into it, but come and jump in the puddle. And not even just jump in the puddle, but angles his feet in just a way that the puddle literally only gets me wet from my chest down. I'm like, "Are you joking?" Are you joking? And like he was fine. His shoes were a little wet, but that was it. I'm like, are you joking? It is like probably 40 something degrees outside. I'm soaking wet and we're about to go inside a place that's also going to be even colder than that because it has to keep the ice cold.
yeah.
Everyone thought it was funny. They had to bite
Because they weren't wet.
yeah, my parents had to bite their tongue. Uh but all the kids found it hilarious and were laughing their asses off.
Yeah.
I was like, are you joking me? I look back in hindsight though, no, it really was just like it was everything just aligned perfectly. Like I was the only one to suffer from that. Everything was it's just the timing. In hindsight, it was hilarious. At the moment, though, I was not happy.
Yeah, I can't imagine. Though, given your height, it wouldn't be too hard to get you soaked with the splash from the puddle.
Yeah, I have to be careful not to walk into puddles, or I might start drowning.
Yeah. Thought it was gonna be one of those situations where it was like deeper than your brother thought it was going to be. Hopefully not too deep if it's in a parking lot.
Yeah, it was a pretty substantial pothole though. This mall was one of the like not the fancier ones, so
Yeah.
they definitely weren't concerned about fixing their roadway. Oh man, my pizza's on its way.
That was a quick hour.
I know. That's fine
Unless
by
it's a
me
long
though.
drive.
No, it's only like 10 minutes up the road.
Yeah.
So this should be here fairly soon.
Pizza Wash Simulator.
Pizza Wash Simulator. I'm kind of excited because I am hungry now. Slowly uncovering this prehistoric creature.
Prehistoric mudslide monster.
Oh no. Honestly, he's
I think
kind of.
mudslide's something else.
I'm sorry, what about Mudslide?
I think it's kind of drink.
Maybe.
I'll say it's like chocolate and ice cream and vodka or something.
That sounds about what a mudslide drink would be. Oh, now that he's all clean, he's giving me kind of Barney vibes just because he's so purple.
Yeah.
I never watched much Barney. It was not the little kid show that I was really into.
All I had was PBS growing up, so I had Barney and Sesame Street.
Yeah. I watched a lot of PBS too. Trying to think what I watched though. Remember, no, I didn't watch Barney much. I watched some Sesame Street. Um, what was the dragon one? There was a dragon one.
I think it
Um,
was called Dragon Tales.
Dragon Tales. Yeah, I watched Dragon Tales, and I liked watching. Oh, what was his name? What was his name? The little Jack Russell.
Wishbone.
Wishbone. Yeah, Wishbone. I loved Wishbone so much. I really liked Wishbone, which I think also kind of goes
The
hand in
Bungo
hand.
Stray Dog.
It was predicting the future. Which also kind of goes hand in hand because there was like a lot of what's it? He would like reenact classic
He
literature.
has a lot of. Yeah,
So it
that's
really
why I
was,
said it.
really was. Oh my gosh! Wow, I was raised on this shit.
Yep,
It was
as it
destined.
was foretold.
It was destined even before Bungo Stray Dogs was a thing, even
Yep.
before the idea was conceptualized. Wow, this makes so much sense now.
Somebody in Japan was just watching PBS one day and you're like, God damn, that's a good idea.
That's a good idea. Except instead of actual dogs, they're going to be personified humans.
That's right. One of them's kind of a cat boy.
He is kind of a cat boy. They did have so Bungo Stray Dogs had a spin-off series called Bungo Stray Dogs 1, which was just like a there's a manga series for it too, but it's more like kind of comedic skit based stuff. And it's just
Yeah,
I guess
I
you
think
could
a lot
say
of anime do that.
yeah, you could say I'm sure it probably is canonical in a way. I can't quite remember all the stuff that happens in it. But they're all like chibi versioned and it's more playful and it's just goofy. Even if like something harrowing happens, it's like, oh my gosh, ha 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 ha, right? Um, but there was one episode where they all were dogs.
Oh,
They're like, oh yeah, we're gonna make the Bungo Stray Dogs characters actual dogs. Even the one that's a cat boy.
cat dog
Cat dog.
is a different show
That's a different
altogether.
show, yeah. I watched some of that, but I can't say I have a strong knowledge of Cat Dog.
I didn't really grow up on Cartoon Network stuff in general, and the times that I did get to watch it, I'm like, this is kind of stupid.
Yeah, I I know I got to the
Sorry,
point
not sorry to anyone in chat who
likes Cartoon
grew up
Network.
on.
I for me part of the reason why I ended up finding anime was because when I was like 8 years old, I'd finally gotten tired of children's TV. I was just like, there was nothing fulfilling, you know? Like it wasn't satisfying to watch. There wasn't any storyline to it. It was all episodic, and it was also like stupid stuff. Um,
Yeah,
Especially with me being
enough
8 and
substance.
like this was like 2006, 2007 time. Um, so I was really just like done with children's TV. So I started watching. There was a couple like NBC dramas that were like adult shows, but they were okay enough that we would watch it as like a family. And so that felt more fulfilling because there was like there was actual plot line, and like the
Yeah.
acting was good, and it wasn't just like stupid haha live action Disney Channel bullshit. So I really enjoyed
Golly gee,
that.
I farted. Haha.
Yeah. Oh man, Sarah, you made that mistake again. Tisk tisk tisk. It
Yeah.
wasn't stupid stuff like that because I gotten real tired of that. Because a lot of the newer like Disney shows specifically were really getting stupid, and I was like, I'm good. So I started watching just like adult TV stuff. And I remember at that time I started watching not only like the NBC dramas. I remember I can't, there was a couple I watched, but the one I remember specifically is I watched Bones, which I quite liked. Bones. I never ended up finishing it, but I got pretty deep into the series. I liked watching that one. Um, and then somewhere around 2010, 2011 or so, I ended up finding they added Avatar: The Last Airbender on Netflix, and so like, ooh, that looks good. And then that was kind of like the gateway into me finding anime since Avatar is close to
Gateway
anime.
drug.
Huh?
Gateway drug.
Gateway drug.
I think technically my first animes were like Pokemon and Cardcaptor.
Mhm. Oh,
But that's
you
just
watched
because they,
Cardcaptor?
not all of it, but
Some of it?
the way that a kid does when it's on TV.
Yeah.
You just kind of catch what you can, because
Mhm.
that was one of the ones that got ported to public broadcast,
Yeah.
at least for a time.
I will say too, another thing that was kind of like my gateway, because I was trying to figure out what I liked and what I wanted to continue looking into. I
Yeah,
used to watch Teen Titans on, was it Cartoon Network, I think, or not Cartoon Network. It was, maybe it was the very end of like whatever Cartoon Network um broadcast before Adult Swim came on. And so it was like 10 and 10:30, two episodes every night. They would have Teen Titans, and so I would tune into that and watch that. And at that point I was like, "Oh man, I'm going to get into like superhero and comic book stuff." And then I learned just how like vast that is, and like how there's not really a starting point or an ending point for it. And I'm like, maybe not.
yeah.
So I just
They've
appreciate.
rebooted both DC and Marvel a handful of times.
Yeah, well, I didn't know where to start with the comics, and not only that, but like somebody can start writing something and it can be like completely different. I'm retconning this, or this is a completely different AU, and I'm just like, I don't, I don't know how to get into that. There's no volume one, volume two, volume three type of thing, and it's like, where's the starting point? So I quickly dropped that idea, and at that point, then I found Avatar. But I still enjoyed Teen Titans. I really like that show.
Even when there is a starting point, if they're just too much, like I've still got friends who are like, yeah, you should get into One Piece. I'm like, I'm not catching
Oh
up
my
on a
gosh.
thousand episodes of anything.
Yeah. That's a lot. Like, I'd be more willing to catch up on like 200, 300 episodes of something. When we get to like more than that, 500,000, like One Piece, I'm like, I'm good. I'm good. I'm not even keeping up with my 13 episode seasons.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I've watched like 50 hours of Critical Role in the course of a week.
Okay, I think
I can't.
that's different though. Because that's more
Yeah.
background noise, in my opinion. Like, you can be watching
Yeah.
it while multitasking. For at least for me, when I watch anime, I'm watching anime. And since I watch in sub too, I have to be paying attention because I gotta read and stuff too.
Yep.
Oh, you're done now. I'm glad you're done, Mr. Stego Slide. I didn't realize that was your name. I'm sorry, Mr. Stego Slide. You are now demudded. See, we'll get your little rubber mat cleaned up. Yeah, I watched Cardcaptor a couple of, maybe in 2020 because they added it to Netflix. I'm not sure if it's still on Netflix, but they added it to Netflix. And Cardcaptor is a clamp work, so I've been slowly working my way through different clamp what's the word? Like a series. And at first I kind of wrote off Cardcaptor because I knew about it. I've known about it for a while. I'm like, oh, this is like a kid's show, magical girl kid show. It's gonna be like Sailor Moon. So I kind of wrote it
Magical
off.
Girl isn't always good show.
No, it's not. Like I've seen Madoka, I know. But
Yeah.
it just looking how old it was, and not that I have a bias against older anime, but I've just the older anime that I have tried, I've always been kind of like, it's okay, like the delivery of voice acting and or the way that the episodes flow, I haven't always been very enthused about. So with the little
Yeah.
time that I want to spend on anime, I want to spend it on usually something newer, just because they usually have better acting and the episode flow could be better. Not to say that all all modern anime is amazing, but usually there's a higher chance of an episode flow that I would find worth my time.
Yeah.
But with Cardcaptor, I turned that into background noise because it was so repetitive of her. Oh, we're going to capture the card. Oh, here's my new outfit. Okay, transformation sequence.
It's a villain of the week
A villain of the week.
anime.
Yeah, it is. It's a villain of the week. But I enjoyed it. I thought it was cute, and plus it was nice with the characters because I've consumed um the Tsubasa manga. I started with the anime. It's unfortunate. The Tsubasa manga does not, or the Tsubasa anime does not do the manga justice. Um, it also has that kind of, I think, was it early 2000s? It was either late 90s or early 2000s whenever the Tsubasa anime came out. And it's got that old kitschy shonen feel where it just feels like everything else when the manga really makes it feel dramatic in a way. It's like, for shame, because they got good voice actors too. um, me and the voice actors, I was like, this is such a shame. This could have been so good. We had baby me, as Xiaoran, and Bai was voiced by Daisuke Namikawa. Namikawa? Yeah, Namikawa. It would have been so good. The voice actors are great. Too bad the episode direction is lacking. But I knew them from the manga at the very least because Clamp likes to. They essentially have their OCs and they have various AUs for their OCs, and so a lot of
Yeah.
the because there's like a Cardcaptor Sakura, and then there's like a Cardcaptor, or not, sorry, Cardcaptor Sakura, and then there's a Tsubasa Sakura. There's just like different alternate universe versions, and they have their own like metaverse thing going on where it's all connected. Clamp is Clamp Clamp puts a lot of thought, or not, but at the very least they try to put a lot of thought into what they're doing with stuff, and it gets wild sometimes. Like, oh yeah, we're just gonna cross dimensions and meet another version of
I mean,
myself.
I know people who will use the same character over and over again, and it's
Mm-hmm.
not because they put a lot of thought into it. It's because
No,
they can't be asked to come up with another character.
yeah, I I like the idea, at least how Clamp's presenting it. I'm quite fond of it, and
Yeah.
it kind of makes me excited whenever I come across a character in a different series of theirs that I've recognized from another series, because like, oh, I know the base of this character. I want to see what the differences are though in this AU. I
Yeah.
heard where's it going? I'm not sure if it's ever going to be made because I think it said it was going to come out in like 2021 or 2022. That was like what the poster image said, but I haven't heard any word about it. Um, but
Was that
supposedly,
poster in the before times?
uh, I'm not sure if it was in the before times or not. It could have potentially been in the before times, though. Um,
Okay.
but I still haven't heard any word of whether it's like I haven't heard any postponement on it. I haven't heard any go through with it. I haven't heard any cancellation of it. It's just been radio silence. So I don't know what's going on with
Huh.
this anime. Because usually you'll hear be like, "Oh, we're pushing it back a season or a year or something like that, right?" Or, "Oh, we're not going to
Yeah.
be able to do this." I haven't heard anything, so I'm like, there's still hope, but at the same time, I'm not going to get my hopes too high. Um, but they're coming out with I think a was it Tokyo Babylon? It's either Tokyo Babylon or X. And I'm excited for both of them because I haven't been able to find the manga to read all the way through just because the manga's that old that no scanlation sites have it, and it's probably all physical that I'm not going to be able to ever find because it was published in like 2003 here in America. But I would like to know the story on that. I don't know. Clamp stuff. I'm a big fan of Clamp stuff. I like the way they tell stories and their art's very pretty.
As far as I know, Card Captor is probably the only thing I know from that.
Mm. I'm trying to think. That could potentially be their most popular work, to be honest. Just because, especially if with it hitting America like that. 'Cause I don't know if they aired the Tsubasa anime here in America. But Cardcaptor is like one of those things that I feel like a lot of people know about. Unless they're like really young anime watchers and they're like, what's a Cardcaptor? And you're like, oh dear.
Is that like Yu-Gi-Oh?
No, it's not. It's much cuter than Yu-Gi-Oh!
Oh, you don't think Yu-Gi-Oh's cute?
Well, people's definitions of
Not
cute
Mallow.
can be what's the word? Subjective. Um, I feel like Cardcaptor at the very least is frillier than Yu-Gi-Oh.
Eventually, I'm just gonna end up saying something like cursed and antithetical to what Arya thinks, and then she's just gonna like kick in the door of chat. Like, what the fuck did you guys say?
I heard my
Bad
ears.
nothing, both Card Captor and Yugi.
My ears are burning. Oh, I haven't really watched much
Kaiba,
Yu-Gi-Oh anyhow.
Kaiba's overrated.
Kaiba's overrated. Oh, hold on. I gotta look this up. I saw something recently about
But
what? No, I saw something recently about somebody voicing whoever voiced Kaiba. I know this voice actor. And I'm like, oh man, I'm not watching Yu-Gi-Oh just for this voice actor, but I kind of want to listen to some Kaiba voice lines. Kaiba Seiyu. Ah, it's Kenjiro Suda. Ah, man, that was Kenjiro. Okay, I know. I'm just gonna go listen to some lines one day if I remember. I really like Kenjiro Suda's voice. For context, if you play, do you play Genshin in English or Japanese or another language?
English.
English. Okay. Let me see.
Clearly, I play it in German.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. You can have English. I don't speak Japanese, and I play it in Japanese, so you
The
can
only
play it
time I've
whatever.
played a game in anything other than English or Japanese is Final Fantasy,
Hmm.
because I got really fucking tired of hearing
Mm,
Japanese or English voice lines over and over again.
yeah, that's
So like,
valid.
I think it'd be funny if I could hear this boss in German,
Yeah.
and I was right.
Sometimes the dubs for stuff are really funny in different languages, or at the very
It just
least, they're
depends
more
on
entertaining.
the energy of the voice actor too.
True. That is very true. I'm trying to think what else he's voiced. Because of the example I was going to give, he voices Dainsleif in Genshin. Uh, this is one of those moments where it's like, what's your favorite food?
Technically, I've heard his voice. I just can't remember it
Yeah,
because I've seen your streams when you met Nine before.
that's true. Yeah. What anime has he been in? See, my brain. This is the moment where it's like, ah, yes, I want to pull this information, and then I forget everything about this particular topic. It's the same with like, what's your favorite music? And then you forget anything about any music, much less the genre.
That's always a weird one to me because I don't have a favorite music. I
Hmm.
just listen to things I think sound good, and I
Yeah,
really could not tell you what the qualifier is for that
I have
because
such.
there's good and bad things in every genre.
That is very true. I have a very wide what's the word? I have a very wide sense of taste, and it usually is on a song by song basis.
Yeah, I don't even have like a particular artist because I'm not gonna like every song that one guy wrote.
Yeah, I will find artists that I like 90% of their works, but there's always at least one or two songs that I'm not super big on.
Yeah,
It always makes me happy when I
you
find
listen
artists like that because it makes it easy for me to add stuff to my playlist.
you listen to an album on YouTube or Spotify, and you get to that one song, and you're like, "Ugh,
Skip.
why is this a stumbling block?"
Yeah.
Not
I
super often though.
Yeah, not super often. I find the thing that I come across the most is so most of the music that I listen to nowadays is like J-pop or anime adjacent music, so it's all in Japanese. Um
Yeah,
and Spotify has an immense amount of Japanese music, which I think is amazing. Um and with songs that I listen to, it'll recommend me other songs, especially if I turn on just like the radio version versus just going to my playlist. And
yeah,
I will find other songs. I'm like, oh, this is cool. Or I will purposely seek out specific songs that were included in animes. And the one thing that I can think of right now, which is not bad, I found other songs of his that I liked, but there was this one song that I thought was super cool from Twittering Birds Never Fly, which is a BL. But the song was just really good, and it was very the singer had what's the word? It was a very dramatic type of song, and just like the range of the singer was really good. Like there was a lot of range in his voice throughout the song. I was like, wow, I want this, and so I went and added it to my playlist on Spotify because it was on Spotify. And I was like, you know what? I like this song so much. I'm gonna go look at this guy's other works. There is no other song that he's ever made that is like this song. That is the only song of its kind under this artist, which I was a little disappointed because I really liked that like style of song. But like I found a couple other songs I like of his, but I was like, man, I've been had.
I have that problem with a lot of things. Like I'll play a game that just really scratches that very particular itch. I'm like, I
Hmm.
need to find something else like this.
Yeah,
Doesn't exist.
yeah. Here, give me 1 second. The pizza is here.
It's
I'm excited. I opened the door, and my sister grabbed the pizza for me and was handing it to me. And the dog was also there with her licking his lips.
that's for me, yes.
That's for me, right? You ordered that for me? No, I did not. Please don't eat this. Okay. Pizza. Very good. The garlic sauce looks like it's about to explode though.
Okay.
It's sitting in the box and it's in one of those little plastic containers and the plastic container looks bloated.
Yeah, that's weird.
I'm gonna open that. Sounds like a disaster, especially on stream. I have a great track record of opening pressurized things on stream. Every time I've opened it,
I
it
didn't
always
realize you
makes a
had a track record of that.
anytime I've opened like a soda on stream, like while streaming, or like when was it? I think it was either Christmas or New Year's. I popped open a bottle of sparkling grape juice, and
Yeah.
it went everywhere. I was like, "Oh my gosh, are you joking?" And I think it happened again last year when I opened something carbonated on stream. So it's I've not had a good record with anything that's pressurized. I have to open everything before stream because I guess to have errors on stream is just my middle name or something.
You don't want any of that pressurized garlic sauce on
No,
stream.
I took a shower earlier too. I don't want this everywhere. Let me grab a plate. Let me see. Ready to go. Okay. Oh man, we're only 50% done. I guess this would be. He wrote an uwu. What's that noise? Oh, it kicked you. Or did you leave? Soph? What is going on? Okay, we're still in call. What is going on? Maybe his internet went out. Now my internet looks like it's actually doing good for my. It's all solo mio. I went and I acknowledged the uwu and it was just too powerful, I guess. Oh, there goes a call drop too. Yep. Ah, yeah. Power flickered. Okay, I will admire the uwu since acknowledging it was apparently too much. We will appreciate the uwu. Here. We will add an uwu. I'd forgotten about drawing the uwus. We will uwu until we can get Soph back. We will uwu and owo. No more sort of Soph. Power flickered. I'm assuming he's working on getting back. I acknowledged the uwu, and as soon as I acknowledged the uwu, I heard the doo-doo of disconnection. The uwu was too powerful. Soph's uwu was too powerful. What other uwus can I? Oh, I can do this one. I can do this. It's a very cute uwu. Balarkin, it's all good. We're just power washing and chit chatting anyhow. Maybe a good time for me to take a bite of my pizza. Let's see. Mm. Oh, no, my microphone's being weird. Don't be weird, microphone. There we go. Okay. Oh, and not Discord. OBS is saying I have a red connection. Don't say that, OBS, please. Go back to green for me. I think what other little faces could I make? I was more creative last time.
Hello?
Hello. You make it back?
Yeah.
Welcome back. Your uwu was too powerful.
Dang.
I
I was
look.
wondering how long it would take you to find that.
I know. I saw it and I acknowledged it, and as soon as I acknowledged it, it went doo doo, and I'm like, what? What's happening? The Soph's uwus are just too powerful.
Dang. Aria showed up just in time for me to be gone. Let's see how it is.
No, that was the reason why she came in, because she's been lurking. She's like, that's the reason why she messaged.
Um,
Your abs have summoned her.
she panicked because I was gone. I see.
Yes. No, it was just my plan to kick out Soph halfway through the stream. Cold turkey. No warning.
Never buy Kyo game ever again.
Ah,
Got it.
man. To be fair, I did not ask you to buy this game.
I know. You didn't ask me to buy either of
I
the
know
games
I
I
did
bought
not
you.
ask you to buy either of the games, and I do appreciate it though.
I
I've
still
had
gotta get through one of them.
yeah. You know, I'm considering honestly, especially if it's gonna be kind of a pain in the ass to do Apollo Justice and Miles Edgeworth and was it Dual Destinies and Spirit of Justice. Um, I'm considering after the trilogy just starting on that one because I believe it's what's the word? It's a standalone type thing.
Yeah.
It's like a prequel and it's pretty standalone. So I think I might just start after that, and then start futzing about seeing if I can get Apollo Justice, Miles Edgeworth, all those guys up and running. Because I really want to play Apollo Justice because I just started just a little bit. And I really like Apollo. As a character, I really like Apollo, so I want to learn more about him. Worst case scenario, just had to pick up my DS and start playing O Solo Mio again.
Yeah. Hopefully you're getting towards the end of Cafe Enchanté, so
Yes, soon.
that should free up sometime.
It will.
Are we still on Eel's Route, right?
Yes, I believe there'll be about one, maybe 1.5 more streams for Eel.
Yeah.
Because we're kind of like in the thick of it right now.
I had remembered that we had talked about it. I forgot that it was only 2 days ago, and you have not played since then.
That yes, indeed. Indeed, it's been since. Did I? No, I didn't do anything Tuesday this week. So It has been since
Tuesday is when we
Saturday.
hung out. That's me and your cousin.
Yes, that is.
And then yesterday you weren't feeling well.
Yeah. I'm glad I feel better today, though. I literally
Yeah,
slept for
same.
like 12 hours and I felt great.
Sometimes it'd be like that.
You know, sometimes it'd be like that. Sometimes you just need to hibernate. That's what used to happen a long time ago. Not a long time ago. I say a long time ago. My brain left me as I was speaking and it autofilled. Um, but back in 2020, when I first started the job I currently have, and I still wasn't like I'm still not 100%, but I still wasn't feeling great after being sick that year, with whatever
Yeah.
was going on with me. Um, I think also the stress of leaving the house, just like the introvert stress of leaving the house. I was running. I must have been running on adrenaline when I'd go to work because I would literally come home and crash at like 5 p.m., 5, 6 p.m. after I get home. And then wake up at like 2 in the morning, eat a small snack, go back to sleep, and then wake up at like 8 o'clock the next morning. Like I would just crash and sleep for a good 15 hours almost every day.
I always had the opposite thing. I always felt like I was dead when I was in the office, and then
Mm,
by the time I got home, like, all right, time to kick some ass.
yeah, I I don't know. I also didn't have very much energy. I still don't have very much energy, but I really didn't have very much energy that year. So, and plus, like for me, whenever I go do something, I want to do something. I'm the type of person that's going to not only do my best, but if I can do better. And it was a brand new job, so I was like,
Yeah,
I want to prove my worth. You know, make it like okay, so that the manager's not dissatisfied with choosing me as their hiree. Um, not that it was like super stressful because like it's all essentially extended family in a way, but I'm the type of person that's like no, if I'm going to do something I'm going to do it right. So I was just stressing myself out probably.
yeah.
I used to sleep all the time. Like 2020 I slept so much. I know ways of getting Apollo, but I'm not too sure of the 3DS games. I see. Then I'll have to probably hit you up about that later because I really want to play Apollo. I really want to play Apollo on stream too. It's like I have just what little I know of him. He's already one of my favorite characters, and I don't think playing the game is really going to change that too much. Plus, he's voiced by Ken too, and that just makes it even better.
Yeah, can.
So, like, yes, I understand this 1000%.
I don't understand things most of the time, but it never stops me.
I appreciate you going along with it.
It's been my life for the last year.
Yeah.
I do try.
Unless you want to play the 3DS version of Apollo, I might need to look up some stuff. I I didn't know there was a 3DS version of Apollo. I thought it was just regular DS because I have just the DS version. I don't think I have. I don't own any 3DS Ace Attorney games. I,
I own Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright.
yeah, I don't have that one.
It's a bit different.
I would like to play that one though because I loved playing the Layton games and the Ace Attorney games. So
There's supposed to be a new Layton game in the works for the Switch.
yeah, I think I saw that. I don't. I haven't finished the Layton games even. I'm trying to remember which one I got to because I got the first game when I was fairly small. I don't remember what year it was exactly, but I was fairly small and just to have some backstory, we lived at our old house and I was a even smaller child. Um my dad used to play games on the computer at night after we go to bed. Which wasn't
Yeah.
a problem. It wasn't too loud, but the computer was up against the wall that would if you knocked the wall down it would go into my closet, and so sometimes I could hear some of the noises from the computer through my closet, and that was fine except for the fact that he liked to play Clue a lot, and and so on the video like computer game of Clue, whenever someone would get murdered, there would be like loud thunder strikes and stuff, which wasn't the problem for me. The problem though was I remember coming out to get water at some point in the night and walking back, and I guess someone died in the game, and so I saw the computer screen and I saw like blood and like someone about to murder someone, and then the thunder and lightning, and that just stuck with me, and I was like, nope, I don't like this. I don't like this. And then having that come out of my closet thereafter was just traumatizing. But for the longest time, I didn't like scary stuff, and even now, like I'm sensitive to scary stuff, but like I can watch it just fine. Like I enjoy it. Like I've gotten to the point where I enjoy it. It's just playing it is hard. Playing it and actively like controlling something is hard because I just freeze up. Like
The
if I'm
immersion's different.
yes. Like I can consume it just fine because it doesn't matter if I'm frozen. My eyes are open and I'm consuming it with my mind. But in a game, I'm expected to do something about it. And that doesn't work very well for me. Where was I going with this? Oh, Layton. So I'd gotten uh for like Christmas or my birthday or something, I had gotten the first Layton game for the DS. And I was like, "Oh, this is fun." I'm like, "I love puzzles and puzzle games. This will be fun. This will be great." And then once I started getting through the storyline, there was like someone that died. And I'm like, "No, no, I can't play this." So there was like a good like 5+ years I did not play that game just because there was
Okay.
someone dead. Someone had died. I'm like, I don't want to play this anymore. It's like Clue. I don't want to play this anymore. No murder mysteries. And it turns out, spoiler alert for a game that probably came out like 15 years ago, it ended up being a doll. It was just a lifelike doll.
Yeah, I kind of remember that. All I know is that the first Layton game was like harder than all the other Layton games because they were still trying to figure out the difficulty curve.
Yeah. I,
And then all the games thereafter were a lot more accessible.
funnily enough, that was the only game I didn't have to look up a walkthrough for when I started playing it.
Um,
There were
I
some other
played
puzzles that
a
I had
bit
to
of the
look up
first
of.
game and all the way through Layton versus Phoenix, right?
Mm,
And that's it. So I
gotcha.
don't really know.
Mm-hmm.
There was one on the Switch where you plays Layton's daughter,
Oh,
but
yeah.
it wasn't great. It felt very
Forced.
childish.
Uh, Especially whenever you're coming from like the refinement English gentleman, Professor Layton himself.
None of the mysteries had substance. I couldn't even really tell you what they were. I think there were things like, the mayor's dog has gone missing. Go find it. And it's like, Professor
Oh, okay.
Layton was going into ancient ruins and saving the goddamn world. What are we
Yeah.
doing?
Wasn't there like a point? I can't remember if it ended up being actually like time travel, but there was one about time travel, I swear.
I think so, yeah.
There's a 3DS version, basically same thing, just new graphics. I don't know if there are any other changes. About Kaguya-sama. Also, I mentioned more about what I was talking about in the group chat, by the way. Oh, okay, cool. Cool, cool. We'll look at it in a little while. But yeah, I played through quite a few Layton games. I'm not caught up on them though. I got stuck on, I don't know what, it's one of the 3DS ones I have. But it's probably around the time too I got stuck on the Phoenix Wright game. And I was just like, okay, break time. You know, those are probably the only two series that I guess were like within pop culture's eyes for video games at the time that I've consumed and know about. Other than that, I'm like, yep, you get them Mario's, for sure. You know the get them that Smash Brothers for sure.
You
Zelda,
told me the other day you want to play Smash Brothers.
I've technically played it a couple times, but it was like at a friend's
That you
house.
wanted to.
Yes, I do want to play Smash though. I want to own Smash. I want to be able to play with my siblings. I think we would find that really fun because we don't really have like a thing to be competitive with each other about, but all of us are competitive. So I feel like it would be a good game to have.
All of us are competitive, she says while playing a very cooperative game.
Okay, well there's not really an incentive to be competitive in this game.
Powerwash PvP.
Exactly, yeah. No Powerwash PvP. Do you remember when we played Uno?
Yeah.
I can cooperate in certain games, but if there's incentive for me to win something, then I will get serious.
Frost and I were on opposite sides of the table. We
Yeah.
were both stuck between you and Arya,
Yeah.
and we suffered for it. It's like the one time I don't know if I'd be okay being stuck between the two of you.
But there's time I can flip the switch. I can be competitive, but there's got to be like incentive for me to be competitive. And not only that, but like I want to enjoy this game as just like relaxing, going and power washing, satisfying cleaning. I'm not going to speed run this because I would rather enjoy it because there's no point in speed running it. There's no point in I got this much percent more than you know.
There's no way of knowing,
Yeah, there's no way of
because it
knowing.
doesn't track that. In speedrunning, it just means the other person has to do less work. So it's like, yep,
Yeah.
I showed you.
Uh-huh. I cleaned more.
You didn't have to work as hard.
Yeah.
Got him. Yeah, we just don't really have a lot of competitive games that we can both play
Yeah.
together.
Well, I was talking about this the other day where I realized that I really don't have many multiplayer games. Like,
Yeah, we've done that for a while.
oh, yeah. I just don't have very many multiplayer games. And I'm like, I want to do more stuff with more people, but I don't know what games I would want to play with other people, you know? Like, the fallback with Genshin. That's like the only game that I play that's multiplayer. Or maybe Stardew, but I haven't done multiplayer Stardew before, so.
Yeah. There is a game, I can't think of the name offhand. Um, and it's kind of like Overcooked.
Hmm.
Because I remember Arya talking about that the other day.
Yeah.
But you're running an inn that apparently got cursed by a wizard,
Oh.
and you have to do it like the stuff that you would do in Overcooked, but there's also a bunch of other like in upkeep stuff that you have to do, like chopping wood and a bunch of other chores.
Hmm.
So it's like a more involved version of Overcooked.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to look into it more, I guess. But it's like $18 on sale, I think.
I see, I see. That sounds interesting. Because I've played Overcooked, I think, like once at a friend's house. That was pretty fun. It was stressful because they could just kind of threw me in blind. And they're like, yeah, just figure it out. And I'm like, no, no, I don't want to. There's a timer. Also, I just got an in-game text message by someone named like Aura Smith, and I swear it said Arya at first.
Yep, Arya is texting you in game.
In game. She wants to remind me that there was a war in Ensemble Stars.
We were just talking about that yesterday. She was doing a collab with I, and somehow OnStars came up because OnStars always comes up.
I can't say
And I
I'm
think I cried a little
surprised.
bit.
I can't say I'm surprised. It always comes full circle. Ensemble Stars is just one of those things that has to come up. It is destined to come up at some point in a stream with Arya, or if someone is streaming and
So
speaking about Arya.
me talking about Arya? Never.
Never.
So you got voice actors and seiyus.
Mm,
Arya's got OnStars. I don't know what my thing is, other than like the word of the day, I guess.
Word of the day.
Doesn't seem comparative though.
Yeah, but it's not a bad thing to not have because I really didn't have anything that I was like super into until I started getting into anime and finding voices that I really enjoyed. So it became I don't know if I'd say like I will talk about them and I will talk about them enthusiastically, but I don't think my admiration and knowledge of Seiyu even matches Arya's in comparison to Ensemble Stars.
That's not a fair comparison. It's really hard to compete with Arya's
Arya is just so
fandom of
enthusiastic.
Ensemble
She
Stars.
loves Ensemble Stars a normal amount.
Also, already to your point, I'm good at math. That doesn't mean I'm passionate about math.
Yeah.
I don't go proselytizing the joys of math to people.
He's not one of those Greek philosophers that came up with all the crazy hard math that we see nowadays. He's not someone that just sits around being like, I could come up with a new theorem, couldn't I? I feel like you would
I
have to
probably could.
be.
I just can't be bothered.
I know. I feel like though you would have to be a math enthusiast to even contemplate of, hmm, I could come up with a theorem. I have enough free time on my hands. Let's just crunch some numbers and make them do things.
I was almost a math major, but then I found out that the pay is shit
Hmm.
because you pretty much just end up being a teacher.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? Never mind. And now I'm an accountant. That's much better.
You can get paid real well as accountant.
Yeah. You got to go to school for like 6 years to actually get to that point, though.
Oh man, yuck.
Yep. You got to get a bunch of extra certifications that everybody wants.
Yeah. I'm hoping that's not going to be the case for me. I really hope it's not going to be the case. I hope I can get my foot in the door somewhere with an associate's. Or at the very least, a company that has programming positions and I can start as like a computer tech.
I feel like computers is a much broader subject,
Hmm.
whereas like accounting, there's a very specific process that you have to go through
True.
in the course of a month and a year,
Hmm.
and there's not really a lot of wiggle room on that
Yeah.
unless there's like specifics like you have a nonprofit organization or something like that.
Hmm.
But with coding, you can do a lot with coding.
True.
If I wanted to, I could go learn Python and make bots for Discord.
Yeah.
It is not the focus for that.
I'm kind of excited though because I'd originally thought that my college didn't offer a Python class, but apparently one of the
That'd be weird.
well, the professors that I've talked to, like literally last fall was the first time they introduced a cloud computing class. That was the first semester that they had cloud. Um, when cloud has been around for five ever. So, but they've been like, I guess like the I guess department heads or the chairman or something like that are stuck in their ways. They're like, no, we want to keep our hardware class, and I'm like, well, I get the point of wanting to keep that, but at the same time, people aren't going to use that in the real world. So it would be much better if we added a cloud class instead. So they apparently had fought for that for years, for a couple years now. Finally got a cloud computing class, which I agree it'd be much more beneficial. Not that I know what the workplace is like, but just seeing where technology is going. Um, I have a feeling I'm going to run into something cloud based more than I am hardware based. But
Yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised that there wasn't a Python class, but one of my teachers was telling me that one of the like I guess catch-all coding classes that I'm required to take to obtain my degree um is run by one of the like the higher members of the IT sector of the college. And he's turning into a Python class. So I'm like, yeah, nice.
I when I started learning Python, and I never got very far with it, I
Mm.
was told that it's a good fundamental building block for figuring out like 8 other languages.
Yeah, I heard too that it was more not more popular, but it was heavily used in a lot of stuff nowadays. So I'm like, well, I should learn it because currently I'm learning C++, and then I'll have a JavaScript class. Now I'll have a Python class, and I think there was one other class that I was going to take too.
Yeah,
Um,
Michi's learning about clowns.
I'm learning about clowns.
Arya got confused.
Yeah, I my my professor fought for years to get a clown class added. Didn't you know it's very important to have clowns for your computers?
Clown computing, as
Clown?
everyone says.
Yes, clown computing. Clown computing. People are using ChatGPT for bots in RuneScape. I don't even know what RuneScape is altogether, other than a video game.
Real old MMO that Arya gets in and out of.
Yeah, I knew that she was playing. I just didn't know what kind of game it was. Clown? No, I don't want a clown redeem. Clown redeem. I don't want to be a clown. I try my hardest
We gotta
not to
get
be a clown.
we gotta get Michi to a point where she can even have her deems.
Exactly. Dear, you know what? Maybe we'll get a clown redeem. Uh, if we can get to 50 followers.
I'll make affiliate, and then I'll have a clown redeem.
Oh my god.
I still want to have a model.
You'll have a clown. Just a little red nose and a rainbow afro appear on the screen. No camera, no
Once a tr-
model.
It's on faith that Soph has a clown outfit on. Honor system. That's the term.
Yes, honor system. Someone redeems those channel points, and you just gotta trust. You gotta just trust that Soph has a clown costume on. In old school RuneScape, there are a lot of bots, and they are programming bots to use ChatGPT to talk to other players. So they don't come across as bots. I'm not sure if I'm catching how ChatGPT is worked into this. Like they're making NPCs talk to you like normally? I don't even know how it would be able to be integrated. I don't know too terribly much about ChatGPT, other than the fact that my cloud computing professor used it. What's today? Last night. Used it last night to show us examples of what different scripting language codes could look like.
I think it's other player characters that are bots
Mm.
or run by bots,
Uh huh.
but they're using ChatGPT to make it look like they're not.
Ah. What's our accounts that are using programs to play the game? Oh, okay. Like, it's not just NPCs in the game. It's like the account is one that you yourself could make, but it's not a human playing it. It's a computer.
Yeah,
Gotcha. Okay.
that's typically what they mean by bots in the context of MMOs.
See, I don't play MMOs.
That's why we're telling you.
I'm slowly learning.
You gotta play critically acclaimed MMORPG Final Fantasy XIV.
I don't know if I
Now
had.
with a free trial.
I don't know if I have the energy for that. Oh, speaking of that, just because I watch you and Arya play Final Fantasy, and that the whole that whole shtick there of like whatever free trial up, the award-winning Heaven's Word expansion or whatever. Uh,
Yeah.
Whenever I hung out with one of my in real life friends recently, I hadn't seen her in a while, and we were catching up over dinner. She also plays 14, and so I forgot how I delivered it, but it was like I don't know. And she knows I don't play because she's talked about this a couple times, and she was telling me about her, I guess, player character that she's made, um,
Yeah.
and just telling me about like her own personal lore for him and stuff, which like cool. I'm all ears, right? Um, but as far as she knows, I know nothing about Final Fantasy, and so out of nowhere, I just started like the Mimi little line like that, critically acclaimed MMORPG, Final Fantasy 14, and she about lost, and she's like, "Why do you know that?" She's like, "Why do you know that if you don't play?" And I was like, "Because I watch someone who does," and they say it all the time.
Because I think anytime Arya is streaming it, I make her say the line,
Yeah,
and also it's pasted on her forehead.
yeah, that is true.
I
That
guess it's
is
not strictly true. I don't make her say it on raid nights.
I know I don't usually tune into raid nights much anymore since I stream on Sundays as well, so I don't
I
catch those
mean,
as
I'm not
much.
entertaining on raid nights, so I don't blame you. I'm just kind of sitting here in my chair with my eyes twitching the entire time.
Oh goodness. It's implied on raid nights, yes. We all know. If you're a true Arya Aurora fan, you know that it's implied, regardless if it's said or not. You're getting that tic-tac-toe clean, my goodness.
Yeah,
Lots of dings.
I forgot that it was like 12 distinct pieces.
This tiny strip and this tiny strip. This
Well, it's
little
each
box.
block and the pole that they're all on.
Mm. Yeah, there is a dino friend. Here, let me go. I'll show you the dino friend. I made
Stegosaurus. Stegosaurus.
Stegosaurus. Yeah.
Crossover you didn't know you needed.
Yeah, astrology and dinosaurs. Stegosaurus.
The old dinosaur.
Yeah. It's a dino friend. Our dino friend, I made sure he was all cleaned up, and look at how just he glistens in the sun now. Mr. Stegoslide. He's all cleaned up now. Just me like working on here with my face down like this and that, and me just in the corner like this. Arya just like, oh, is that a dinosaur? Do I see a dinosaur in the distance?
In the distance. I don't even know that's from. That's like the one lyric I remember from the show.
I'm not sure I can say I recognize that. But then again, there's a lot of things I probably don't recognize. A lot of dirt
I
in
used
that
to date
crevice.
somebody who was really into musicals, so I just blame it on that.
Mm. I've seen some musicals, but they're probably like the what's the word? Like mainstream ones. I did go see Phantom of the Opera in live though. That was really fun. They had like the chandelier and everything, and it was super cool. Their set, on the stage was like at certain points was it was, how do I explain it? It was like a circular thing in the middle that would turn, and it had like three different scenes on each, like three different sides of this circular rotating scene. So like whenever they're going from like, I don't know, there was like a room at one point, and then there was a staircase. The staircase would rotate, and you could see him walking down the staircase. And then it would open up. It would have like an extra little wall, and strangely enough, it would open up into like the office space or something like that. And I was like, whoa! As someone like that did uh, dance productions and had like sets and props and stuff like that and backgrounds, it was just, it was very exciting to watch. And we got real good seats up close because my sister really likes Phantom of the Opera, so she's like,
Yeah.
if we're going, we're sitting like at least within 20 rows of the stage. She's like, at least. And I'm like, okay, we're going and we're sitting at least 20 rows from the stage, which we did. We sat right under the chandelier too. It was great. It crashed right on us. It was like, whoa, exciting. But that's the only one I've gone and seen in person. I've seen I think Phantom of the Opera I've definitely seen on like a DVD. Have I seen any other? Oh, I've seen Les Mis, the DVD one with what, Hugh Jackman, I think.
Yeah.
And then I've seen Into the Woods, I think it was called. It was the fairy tale one, but it was like the dark fairy tale one.
Yep. That sounds right.
Trying to think what else. I have never seen it, but I've heard way too much Hamilton. And I can't say I'm a fan of the music, to be honest.
Somebody's clutching their pearls off in the
I know,
distance.
I was just about to say I'm like controversial opinion. It's like watching, he's like, oh, I just lost 5 followers. But I wasn't too big on it. I don't know, I'm not big on like rap stuff and like just in general. So with that incorporated into it, like the hip hop aspect, I wasn't a big fan of. Just because it's just not a genre I care for very much.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if I've seen any other musicals. That might be it, to be honest. I don't purposely seek them out, but if there's like a movie of it, I will usually watch it. If especially if it's like, oh yeah, we're gonna watch a movie as a family tonight. We're gonna watch this. I'll be like, okay, cool. Oh, the only thing I can remember from the fairy tale one is the part where there's the two princes out in the forest. I believe the song really is just called Agony, but the only thing I remember is the part where they're like, Agony, far more greater than yours, or something like that. Anytime I think of the word agony, that's what comes to mind.
I just remembered the Jack and the Beanstalk portion,
Mhm.
and he chopped down the beanstalk, and I think one of the giants just fucking died.
Oh,
This is climbing down after him, and then it just
true.
fell and splat.
Whoopsies. Oh, this was a long time. I had a friend that was really into. Oh, I've seen West Side Story. I've seen West Side Story. I was made to watch West Side Story.
Yeah, I had to watch that in band in middle school.
And I think, oh, I watched Grease too. I watched Grease, West Side Story. I was forced to watch. Like, I enjoyed them, but I had a friend that was into musical theater stuff, and she's like, "We have to watch this. How have you not seen this?" And I'm like, "Cause I wasn't into musical theater stuff.
It just never came up, I
I just
guess.
it never came up. Like, we can watch it." Mine's more of just like, again, it's like the mainstream stuff that usually comes up as a movie versus just like a musical production.
Yeah.
Plus, I was much more of a dance person. So, and I was so, for the longest time, even now it makes me a little anxious, but for the longest time I was so just like petrified to talk in front of people, much less sing in front of people.
And now you stream.
And now I stream. It's part of the therapy process. I
Yeah.
don't know, like I kind of overcame the speaking with people thing once I started working customer service, just because like you have to talk to people. Um,
It made me want to talk to people less.
yeah, I agree with that, but at the same time, I say it was very detrimental, especially if we go back to that mindset of like whenever I go to work, for the most part, unless it's been there so long that I'm just pissed off. Um, I'm there to give 110% of myself, you know? And so I can do business with people just fine. Like, talk to them about, oh, okay, you want an extra large pepperoni pizza cut in 16 slices versus 8 slices. Okay, cool. Okay, you want this. I got that. That was not a problem. It never made me anxious. The small talk is what made me anxious. And
Yeah.
I've slowly gotten used to that over the years just because I've gotten one, just experience, two, I've worked with some great people that were patient with me when I was younger. So now it's easy for me to just kind of like relax into it, for lack of a better word, I guess. So that's what streaming makes it's easy for streaming now. Streaming is a different stress. Streaming technical difficulties are stressful. But even so, I started this too with the mindset of I'm just gonna do my own thing, and if anyone walks in and enjoys what they see and wants to stick around and talk, great. If they don't, they can leave. They have an exit, and I don't have to cater to them. You know, it's not like a situation where I'm sitting in a room with someone where it's like, well, we're stuck here for the next hour. Time to change the topic. You know. Whoa! I okay. Oh, I thought I just jumped off there. It's like no, that was not clean, but all right. That neither was clean either, but okay, I'll take it. You know what's gonna be the biggest pain in the ass here? Those little wooden sun looking things in the triangular bits of the roof. I can already tell because I've already cleaned a lot of dirt off of them and they still haven't clicked. Oh my gosh, do we have to clean the roof of this?
Yeah.
Ah, man.
It's your fave. Roof.
I'm so short though. I can't get up there, game. We have just a ladder? Yeah. A ladder sitting on standby. Man. Just get taller. 5 head?
It's
Get
like
good.
forehead. But
Oh, yes, 5 head. I know, I wasn't sure if it was because I took it because my forehead's quite large, so I do call it a 5 head. But
dang.
I don't know how having a 5 head would make me any taller.
It's dumb internet lingo.
Okay. See, another thing I don't get because I'm not aware. I'm not pop culturally aware.
Also, who's Arya to be telling you to get taller at the grand
Yeah.
height of 4'12"?
4'12".
I threw that at her. Oh, when was that? Is either yesterday or Monday. And she's like, "No, I'm not." I'm like, "Think about it, please, for a moment."
For a moment. Oh, that's so mean.
Speaking of Soph and math, I don't use math as a passion. I use it for malice.
You use it for malice. It's Mathis.
So that just sounds like a name.
That is a name. We have a client with that last name.
I think I had like a great grandpa Mathis or something at
Hmm.
one point, or someone did.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It sounds familiar. Don't throw numbers at me.
So they're not
That
Two,
was part of her
34,
conversations with I
105.
when her and I were streaming um, Overwatch.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things that came up was that I do reading and math for Arya, so it's not fair for me to throw numbers at Arya. Apparently, you're making her panic with your
Oh
numbers.
man. -5, 103, 256. Oh, the numbers that are in my head now are like 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64. That sequence because I keep seeing them over and over in schoolwork.
Yeah,
Or it'll be
bits and
like
nibbles.
bits and hills, or it'll be like for certain things like I can't remember what exactly, but some of them will be just like one less than the I guess squared number. Or not squared number. It'd be like they're the powers of two, right? It's the powers of two. It'd be one less than the number of a power of two because you can't fully utilize the whole thing. So like what is it? 255, I think, is the highest you can
Yeah,
go with 30 no, 8 bits. No. Yes. Yes. No.
Arya, that wasn't even a number
15.
puzzle. That was a letter puzzle,
The letter puzzle.
which
Hey,
should also be my wheelhouse. But here we are.
you can still have a number puzzle with letters if you're using hex.
She was making me solve puzzles at 1:30 in the morning, and I wasn't
Ah,
having it.
yeah. My brain stops working on puzzle stuff probably about like 11.
Other puzzle with Alfrey? Oh, that doesn't have anything to do with Alfrey, I don't think. Also, I solved that one for you. I almost solved the Alfrey one, but you looked it up. Drama. It's the real reason she wants to keep me around for the Isomnium streams. It's not so
To solve the
there's
puzzles.
X's. Close enough. Yeah, I guess. I have a sneaking suspicion there's going to be more riddles, though.
Do Banuis not do puzzles very well?
Not these puzzles, apparently. She doesn't keep me around during Isomnium to make sure that I keep up with the story. It's so that I can solve the puzzles for her.
We keep Soph around for reading, math, and puzzles.
Yep. Nothing else.
Nothing else.
When people try to steal me out of her streams, she does keep complaining that they're stealing her mods, not her friends.
Oh.
And I give her shit about it.
Banuis love puzzles, but there's one. These ones are just like, here, have two pieces of a clue, solve it, no hints. I
My
don't.
problem with the letters one is that I was trying to solve it in my head, but it works a lot better if you can like draw it out.
Mm.
And the numbers one, I was just being stupid. And if I spent 5 seconds to think it through before I gave an answer, I probably would have gotten it right away.
Yeah. I don't know why. I'm looking up while cleaning underneath like this eave. Um,
Yeah,
and in real life, I'm also like tilting my
loose gamer things.
peering around a corner. I'm also peering around the corner. Looking up. I'm also looking up.
Yeah, the visual clues thing would have been a lot more helpful last night, I think, because they had two columns of letters, and then there's a piece of paper that had lines drawn on it,
Mm-hmm.
and you're supposed to follow the lines to figure out the order of the letters,
Ah.
but you didn't have a way to pull up that piece of paper again.
Oh no.
So yeah,
Quick, quick! Only once. I'm only gonna tell you once, so you gotta memorize it.
you don't have a tab button to bring up your evidence.
It's unfortunate. The court record evidence gods do not reside there apparently,
Nope.
or at the very least, they aren't connected to the network.
It took me a moment to realize that Ari was talking about her in Somnium files and not her in Solari, and I'm like, okay, different implications.
Context is key.
Did you say Texas tea?
No, I said context is key.
Oh, hi Aria. How's it going? Can you
Texas
believe
tea,
she used
yeah.
to think I was innocent?
Okay, to be fair though,
Yeah.
how much did you just talk in generally about stuff versus like ensemble stars?
What?
Like just like with you guys talking, where she's like, "Oh, she would think that you're innocent just because like you're say so on streams," and then just like
Oh,
what the subject matter of talking like in private would be, you know?
mostly, mostly on stars.
Yeah,
Still mostly on
still
stars.
mostly on
Always
stars.
on stars. I don't get to talk about soap things with Ari. I have to on stars and Love
Ensemble
Live.
stars and Love Live and Honeyworks
That's right. Although we finished watching Honeyworks for now, so
for now. The one time to get the eyes mixed up, this was not the time.
you say you got your eyes crossed.
Man,
You know, everyone gets to see a different version of soap, and I think that's beautiful and also very confusing for anybody involved.
it's the nyatosis.
Totally.
That's definitely got to be something about nyatosis.
Like Flan, when I met him, I just rolled with all of his jokes, so he never thought I would say so.
Yeah, I think at least in my experience with meeting people, I noticed that I will usually feed off of different people's energies.
Yeah,
Like I have my own way of going about myself, and I don't change how I am. Like I'm still not innocent, but like there's a time and place to be what's the word? To like filter it, you know?
yeah,
There's a time and place to filter it, and then there's other times where it's just like, oh yeah, I really don't have to give a shit. Or like with certain people that are more extroverted, or at the very least the mood is more extroverted feeling. I will usually, because usually I can just be real low key, you know, just like go with the flow type of thing. But if someone's like hyped about something, then usually I will also feed off that energy.
yeah.
Not the I puns. I like the puns. I like puns.
I think anyone who talks to me on the regular has to like puns to some extent, otherwise they wouldn't talk to me.
They wouldn't
I
talk to
think
you.
it's just with everything else that had been going on surrounding I and I, it just it wasn't a good combo for her.
Critical damage. She was already weakened, and you hit the crit.
I don't know. With regards to being say so or non say so, I think it's mostly just whether or not somebody's receptive to it, and if I don't
Mm,
feel like they are, or if they don't play along with it, I just don't bother.
yeah. It's just for me at the very least, it's kind of big. It's become part of just who I am as a person. Like I'll filter it, but I will not that it's like my defining personality trait, but if you're talking with me on like a friend level, then oh yeah, we're gonna be talking about some shit. We're gonna be talking about something that we shouldn't be. Need to find a video again and send it to the group chat. Okay, go feed the doggos. It is. Yeah, it's 7 o'clock. Isn't that doggo dinner time?
Yep,
Hey, doggo dinner time. Feed those puppies.
makes me think of there's a old piece of a comic. I don't think I've ever seen the full thing, but
Mm-hmm.
there's a wolf man,
Mm-hmm.
and just going, "It's gonna get weird. I'm gonna make it weird," and it's just made me think of the whole like getting comfortable with friends and talking about weird
Yeah.
shit.
Okay. So I've talked about this a couple times, I think, with you, but how when I was younger, I used to be incredibly quiet and self-conscious about myself. Um,
Yeah,
and I might have talked about this too with you in the group chat, or not the group chat, but either voice chat or something. I feel like we might have talked about this just because we've kind of run the gamut of a lot of different things since we've been
right.
talking consistently. Um, but there was a long while through like my teen years that I had no friends. Like I had some online friends, but they were like more just role play friends than friend friends. Um, which is fine, you know, like it was socialization in a way. But I didn't have anyone in real life to hang out with and do stuff with, and talk to. So one year at an anime convention, I met these two girls. We were all dressed up as the same thing, and apparently I was amazing in my cosplay, and they just were beside themselves. I'm like, oh wow, okay, cool. I'm glad you think I look cool, but I look okay, but I don't look as amazing as you think. Um, but we ended up being friends, and they ended up living quite close to where I live. So it was like, whoa, like this is great. But we'd gone to a convention and met each other in like November, and then one of their birthdays is right at the beginning of January, and she I guess rents hotel rooms for a night, and friends come and hang out, and we go swimming and like just hang out in the hotel room during her birthdays. That's what she's done for a few years. And probably more before I even met her, but um, we were chatting on we were like messaging each other because we exchanged numbers after the convention, and just out of the blue they're like, hey, like I don't know if this is weird or not, but do you want to come hang out in a hotel room and just chill and go swimming for my birthday? And I'm like, oh yeah, sure, that sounds great. And so I went and just like, I was like, oh wow, I have friends, this is great. We get to the pool, we all sit down in the hot tub, and the other girl that wasn't the birthday girl, she's great. I love this friend. But she's a lot more extroverted. The one who had the birthday is more introverted, and the one who's extroverted was not the birthday girl. But the one who was more extroverted, we all sit down, and she's like, "All right, time to break the ice. Let's talk about our kinks. I'll go first." I'm like, "Oh my god!" So that kind of just like set the precedence for that friendship with those two. And I've just kind of learned to go with the flow with just like whatever happens since then.
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what? That could have either hit really well, like it did, or it could have gone really bad. But she was so bold about it that I was like, you know what? All right, I'll play along with this.
I mean, my early introductions to flan were the origins of both Octagon and Doritos as
Mm,
inside jokes.
true.
So yeah, that kind of set the tone for that, I guess.
Keep hitting that button. The amount of friends I have made either started with trauma dumping or talking about NSFW is wild. You know what?
I don't think Arya has ever trauma dumped to me.
Maybe it was someone else that was trauma dumping on her.
No, she always talks about how her and like all the HRT people always
Oh
trauma
yeah,
dumped to each other when they all met.
gotcha. I don't know. I don't really have that much trauma, so there's not much for me to dump.
That's okay.
I'm fine with that. I'm fine having a boring life.
Trauma's not great. I do not recommend it.
I'll keep that in mind next time I come across any.
If anyone offers you some, tell them
I
no.
don't know what to say. It's like the say no to drugs campaign, say no to trauma campaign. It shows up. Don't let them fool you. Just say no. Don't
I
accept the
would say
trauma.
this is arguably worse than drugs. So
Yeah,
depends on the drug, I guess.
true.
Kids at home, I do not condone
Do
drugs.
not do drugs. Watch anime.
Get it addicted to Genshin Impact,
Get
not
no, no. That's a gambling
heroin.
addiction. No gambling addiction. We're watching anime.
Get addicted to Pokemon.
I
Pokemon?
thought you said coke
Pokemon
at
better?
first. I'm like, whoa. No drugs,
Don't
kids.
get addicted to heroin, get addicted to Coke instead.
Yeah. No drugs. No drugs here. We're all nerds. Get addicted to video games. Get addicted to anime. I'm trying to remember how Ari and I first talked. Did we just start talking because we are in the same verse? Or were we part of the Christmas Secret Santa thing for A3? I can't quite remember because I know that that was happening when I first got into the verse. Because it was like November and we started planning that. I can't remember if you were one of the people that I got matched with though.
My introduction to Arya was Final Fantasy, and me trying to get her to do stuff with me in Final Fantasy outside of raids.
Mm,
And she would not give me the time of day until I started talking about OnStar stuff.
man.
And she still won't play Final Fantasy with me.
I usually forget how I meet people just because at that point in time it wasn't something usually remarkable, you know?
Yeah.
So I can't always pinpoint it, especially if I've got a lot going on back when I met that person. I can't remember the specifics. I can usually remember around the time frame, but
It was pretty easy for me because for like 5 years, everyone I met was through Final Fantasy.
mm,
And then for the last year or so, everyone I met was because I knew Arya and she knew somebody else.
yeah, a friend of a friend.
So
Pretty sure you came in on an off stream, didn't you?
yep,
Yeah.
at like 1 in the morning.
Yeah. Because I
It was an
wasn't in
Arya
school
raid.
yet. Yes, in Aria, I do remember that. Oh, this is such an awkward spot for dirt. Why? Oh, and there's dirt underneath there too. Oh my gosh.
It's like it never rains out here.
Yeah. Is there no rain? And like, how does this much accumulate? Is there literally just like dust storms with like black mold in it every day?
Your rain is black mold.
Maybe the rain is black mold. Oh my gosh. The stool's done?
I guess technically we didn't really start talking until I started grumbling about Nick back in like November, December.
That's true. We haven't like
And all the shit that was going on with that.
that was the first time we really started talking consistently.
Yeah. And then I got to tell you about my free company in Final Fantasy
Yeah.
and all the assholes in that.
Yep.
I'm not streaming, so I can comfortably say that.
Oh, there was a while though, like, cause we, what's the word? Um, I don't, I'm also just such an antisocial hermit, but at the same time, I'm not just gonna be like, hey, random chatter in my stream, how about we chat in the DMs?
Well, you say it in that tone, it sounds really weird.
Fair, but at the same time, though, like, not that I ever thought you were weird, but just like, just someone that I don't know, and like, I can only infer tone and stuff through a text message versus like actually talking to them.
I've been told that the way that I type is very reminiscent to the way that I talk, though.
It is similar. It is very similar, but at the same time, though, I feel like text in itself can just be tonality in text can vary sometimes. And I'm also one to overthink a lot of stuff, so sometimes I'll be like, "Oh, well, what if it means this? But what if it doesn't mean this? What if it means this instead?" You know? And so, especially with just like anybody can just wander into this in the stream, right? Like Joe
Even
Schmo,
Arya.
even yeah, even Arya. My goodness, even Arya could wander in the stream. But just like anyone can wander in, and if it's not someone I've talked to like one on one to specifically for a while, then I'm hesitant to give out like any information. You know,
Yeah.
just because I don't want to get into a situation where it's like something bad happens or um what if this person's really weird, you know, and I don't want to keep contact.
I don't know. You added me on Discord.
I did add you on Discord, but it's okay. Soph is this kind of the brand of weird that I appreciate, that I vibe with.
So brand weird.
I don't know. I've always just been, even though like I've been doing roleplay and stuff for a long while, a lot of it was very like anonymous. So
Yeah.
I've always been careful about one what I put out on the internet, two how close I let people get to me on the internet.
Yeah.
Because I only have so much me to go around. Even before I had energy problems, I only had so much me to go around, and I'm like, there are different levels of friendships, and some people are just weird that maybe I don't want to have a level of friendship with. But
I think when I started playing Final Fantasy, I put a lot more of myself into online friendships and stuff
mm-hmm.
because it was really my first MMO
Yeah,
and the first time I was making friends online.
mm-hmm.
So my brain was treating it like making friends in real life.
Yeah,
But there were a lot of points, especially early on, where I wasn't getting back what I was giving,
yeah.
and I was getting exhausted all the time.
Yes. Oh my gosh, I vibe hardcore.
On the one hand, I'd still kind of run into that, but on the other hand, I've also just cut a lot of people out, and it kind of helped.
Yeah. 100%. That's like, not that I'm a people pleaser by any means, but
I
I'm not a people pleaser. I will put my foot down. I've always been the person to
Fun
put my
fact,
foot
trauma
down.
response.
True. Yes. I can't blame you for that. But I I for the most part I've always had a strong personality. Um so
Yeah,
even if I was like anxious about it, I would put my foot down. Like I wouldn't let people push me around. And like if I didn't like it, like you knew I didn't like it. Like there was that okay. There was what was it? Uh I can't remember how long ago it was. I might have been like 10 or something like that. I used to wear braces, and so I would go to an orthodontist to get them worked on. And um, at the orthodontist I went to, I guess a lot of the parents were the ones to schedule the next appointment for their kids. And
yeah, that makes sense.
which makes sense, yes, but my parents had raised me to be able to speak and like if I'm ordering food from a restaurant or I know what my schedule is, so I can make my orthodontist appointment. Like they equip me like with skills like that early on. Um so I was well aware of that. And there was this one time when I got done, the receptionist they had a new receptionist first of all, and she was an
Yeah,
absolute fruitcake. She was a ditz. Um, but I got done from the back and I came to the front to uh, schedule my next appointment, and so I'm up at the counter waiting for the lady, to get off the phone. And she's like, "Oh, who are you?" And I tell her my name. And my mom's still sitting in the chair, like 10 feet away because she saw that I was done, but she's like, oh, "Okay, I'll let you make your appointment, then we'll leave, right?" She's like, "You do your thing.
right.
I'll be with you when you're done. I'm gonna keep reading my magazine until you're finished because it'll take you a minute." But I come to the front, tell her my name, and tell her how long I need to be booked out for. And she's like, "Oh, okay, honey," and then completely ignores me and starts talking over my head to my mom, who's not even paying attention, not even close by. Like, my mom is like, by all means, not in this on this conversation. Um,
Yeah,
but she starts talking over me, and so I keep trying to talk to her. And I was getting real pissed off, and I didn't say anything. But you could tell by the look on my face, I guess, that I was not happy. And so my mom just kind of sighs, gets up, and walks over and sets the appointment for the same exact day that I told the lady I wanted to set the appointment for. um, and so we get to the car, and my mom's like, she's like, "I understand you were upset, but you can't be scowling at people like that." And I'm like, "What?" I was like,
didn't even realize you were
"No."
scowling.
I was like, I was doing my best to like appear neutral or normal, like I was like, I didn't
Yeah,
I didn't realize I'd do that, and we just both had to laugh because my mom and I are cut from the same cloth, so she understands that a lot, and she's like, "Oh man, you're my daughter. You really are my daughter."
I've never been good at hiding facial expressions.
I'm too honest a person. I'm too frank and too what's the
I
word?
thought you were Michi.
Ha 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 ha! It's so funny.
And I was never invited back.
And it was like, huh, why hasn't Soph ever joined the stream again? I don't know. I wonder why. Maybe he's hanging out with
Yeah,
Frank.
that'll be the thing that breaks the camel's back.
I was going with something. What was I gonna say? I don't know. I think I
Something
was going
honest,
on.
something.
Yeah, I think I was just going along the lines of like I'm too blunt a person just because I'm too point blank. That
Yeah,
like I've learned to temper it as I've gotten older because I know what like other people consider like acceptable, and I realize whenever I'm starting to like get pissy even though I'm trying not to. And so like I think that's also why whenever I deal with customer service stuff, I feel like I end up being too nice sometimes just because I have trained myself to be too nice because I'd never wanted to get in trouble with management for even being close to the borderline. So now when I go into customer service voice, I'm just like way too nice with people. Like I put my foot down still, but I think I come off much nicer than I really need to be. Like it was the same whenever I reached out to that guy that had the puppy I almost got. I was way too nice to him. I was way too nice to him, and I got off. I was just like, I was just in shock, saying that he gave my puppy away. It's like, oh yeah, I tried to tell them, but they didn't listen to me, and I was just beside myself. And not only that, I was at work too, so I was in work mode, so I was way too nice to that motherfucker.
The truth come out.
The truth come out, yeah. But I always see it in hindsight because in the moment it's hard for me to decipher sometimes, especially whenever I am in a work or public setting.
Yeah.
Which strut is it? This one. This one, no. Yes. Just enough dirt on it. Where is the ladder? Watch me get the ladder, bring it all the way over here, and you get it before I come back.
Well,
Oh, there you go. Oh my goodness. Oh wow. That wasn't fully clean, but I guess it is. Oh, clean. And bright again.
so fresh and so clean, clean.
What is that from?
I don't know. Old song
Okay.
from when like I was in college.
It turned
Not
off.
I, but I.
Yes, not I, and not I, but I. Look at that clean playground.
Cat keeps trying to jump in my lap, and I got a controller in my lap, and I'm like, I don't think this is gonna work, buddy.
It's like I'm gonna make it work. Bungalow, detached house, dirt bike. Dirt bike's gonna take like 3 minutes, if that. Detached house is 2 story. You wanna do the bungalow?
Sure.
$550. Oh, bungalow. Oh, that's not the one I want. Calvin's such a good boy. He's a volcanologist. That your son? Also, why is this the only? Oh, there's a volcano. Maybe that's why it's so sooty. But why is this the only house that's that city? Oh, I can go all the way in the cul-de-sac. Halfway through the cul-de-sac. Oh, there's the gnome. Here you go. I brought him all the way here to you, and you headshot him. So rude. No love for gnomes here. Keep hitting E. You hit R. Nice and clean. I keep E, E, no E. Only R. Which is funny because I always curse myself whenever I'm playing Genshin. I hit R.
Yeah.
Because R is just for bow characters at least. You can, what's the word? R just automatically puts them in like aiming mode.
Yeah.
And it just holds it there. Because usually whenever I'm using a bow character, I just use the left mouse button to aim and shoot. Because I can hold and let go when I want to.
Right.
But whenever I hit R, it goes into shooting mode, and I have to find R again to get out of shooting mode, and it's usually in a prickly situation.
I don't use a lot of bow users.
I don't use them too much, but I the only one I use consistently is Fischl, and I never use her specifically for like bow. So whenever I do hit R, it's a pain in the ass because that's not what I use her for.
Yeah.
Man, my sister played Genshin on PlayStation, and the the bow aiming and using mechanics on controller. Oh my gosh. It was, I'm sure I could probably get used to it, but it was not very fun. My heart goes out to all you PlayStation Genshiners, and ones specifically who use bow characters. My condolences for your sanity, for your attention. But that's just, it's not good. Dirt on the window? Yep.
Windows feel like they're a little tough to clean.
Yeah, I was just about to say, I'm like, why is that dirt not coming off? Gotta get like real close with the zero angle nozzle to be able to get the windows at least clean. Everything around the window seems to be doing okay. With
Yeah.
just was a because I've been using I think the 15, but the actual glass itself is kind of being a pain in the ass. You know, with the windows, it's like you can get the first layer of dirt off, but the second layer of dirt is like grime that's just caked on. It does not want to let go. That's an interesting noise.
How are you finding weird or new noises?
I don't know. There was like where like we get the little chime noise when something's clean. There was one that seemed kind of more distant. The sound of the chime was a little higher pitched, and it was also I don't know how to explain it. It seemed like it was floatier. It was breathier. I don't know. It was a different chime noise,
Okay.
and it was just in the distance. I'm like I don't know what that would have been. And I'm pretty sure it came through my headphones. Maybe it didn't. I don't know what in real life would be chiming like that at me.
Somebody's cleaning your house.
Oh man, right now at 9:30 at night. I sure hope no one's cleaning my house at 9:30 at night.
You're streaming. It's time to vacuum.
Uh, okay, granted though, like that, I think that might have been like a non-normal day from what I told my parents when I usually stream. Plus, I like added new streams in February, so
Yeah.
with the exception of my brother, because my brother's bedroom's right above mine, and sometimes he'll vacuum at like 11 at night. You know, I can't say I've ever witnessed, much less touched, a power washer in real life.
Yeah. It can do some damage.
Yeah, considering it's pressure. Considering they like cut metal with water, don't they?
Yeah, probably not a power washer though.
Not a power washer, but just like the idea of pressurized water.
Yeah.
If it can cut metal, then imagine, even lower strengths of power washing could do. Or not power washing, but just like a pressurized water can do that. So even if it was just like a little less pressurized, what damage could it still do? Oh, there's a cat.
Cat?
There's a cat on the roof of the orange house next door.
Oh,
Orange tabby. Big old fat cat.
interesting.
Give the cat a bath.
You just okay.
It's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, there's dirt on both sides of these bricks. I feel like some of these areas that are dirty that I'm cleaning, if it was true to real life physics, I would just be mutilating these plants. It's like, oh yeah, this small little crevice here, I can't reach there. I'm gonna go through the plants. Okay, done. Okay, everything on the front. Nope, not the gutter. My goodness. How does this gutter need so much work still?
The downspout and the part across the roof are all one piece.
I see. Okay, I was about to say, I'm like, there was a little dirt on it. I don't see how it's still like two or a third still left.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, this whole big wall. No, that's not what I should be saying. It's not, oh gosh, this whole big wall. It's, ah, yes. It's a small portion here on this large wall that we will slowly definitely get to. No stress.
No, I'm never stressed. What are you talking about?
No, we're not stressing. We're enjoying the satisfaction of Powerwash Simulator. And whatever witty banter comes in between.
I don't know. I think I burned a lot of my witty banter.
It's okay. We've been going for a while. 3 hours? So, I understand. Plus you had work today as well.
Yeah. That and already started streaming about half an hour ago. And
Ah,
he's playing Isomnium Files. So,
ah.
yep. So, fuck keeping up with that, I guess. Anyway,
Why is that not cleaning? Am I too far away? Probably the problem being too short again.
story of my life.
Story of my life for the last decade or so. I don't know why I thought it was Wednesday for a second. My days are mixed up.
Mm, probably because you skipped a stream day.
Maybe. I don't know. My days have been so out of whack this week for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Okay, that wall's done. I guess we're done. Hey, with 50% now. Last I looked, it was like 20. I was like, I feel good where we're at so far. I was like, oh, there's still a whole back of the house, isn't there?
I was kind of working on it
Yeah,
in my own little ADHD way.
yeah. I was looking at the front and I'm like, wow, this has to be at least 50% done. And I'm like, oh, well, I've only looked at this one small quarter of what I've cleaned. Making progress. No, I feel like that two-story, though, is going to be a pain with how tall it's
And
going to
yeah,
be. Oh, hello! Oh, no! Ah, I've been left alone again. I wonder if his power flickered. Are you still in voice chat? Probably not. Ah, yes. Looks like the power flickered again for Soph. Okay, I guess we will continue on. Finish off where he left off. Continue going through it here. I'm gonna turn my volume down just a little bit. Yeah, power flickered. Soph's gonna get off for the night. We had a nice conversation while the power lasted. I'll finish cleaning out the house here. I don't know what to talk about though. I think it's something to talk about. Now, I'm getting that part where I've been up long enough and I've just kind of talked enough already. Well, I've been streaming for almost 3.5 hours, so um, I'm at the point where it's just like I'm spacing, you know. Just enjoying the monotony. I guess the good monotony in the word Um, the satisfaction of watching the dirt clean off so easily. Oh, there's a soccer ball over there too. I remember in the last map, I think the soccer ball also is affected by the water physics. Once we get over there, we will definitely be hitting that soccer ball. And speaking of sports, I want to go to a baseball game this year. I've been meaning to go the past couple years, but I keep forgetting about it. By the time I think about it, it's already too late to go to one because it's the end of the season. So this year, for sure, I will go to a baseball game. I'm determined. Plus, with the stadium now, I haven't been to the, like, okay, tangent a lot. See, tired, half thoughts, right? Um, the Rangers have a new stadium that I haven't been to. That's one of the reasons I really want to go. Um, but this particular one has a roof and air conditioning. And oh my gosh, that sounds amazing considering most of baseball seasons during hell months of Texas. Like it's definitely a rite of passage to go to the old bar park. And the old bar park was really quaint and special in its own way. But I'm excited to go and not have to worry about overheating since I'm so delicate now. Well ventilated. Not well ventilated. I guess yeah, well ventilated, but like well temperature controlled now. I kind of do. I'm kind of sad that like the old historic ballpark as I know it is no longer in use, but things change, and not always for the worst. It's a really short porch, or we're really tall. Maybe we're just really tall. I'm like that feels the ceiling of that feels way too close for comfort. Yeah, I jump and I bang my head on it. Great, okay, jumping physics aren't. Yeah, that's what it was. Oh, there's no dog over here. I thought I heard a dog bark. Maybe it was just the overshooting. It made a weird noise. Oh, I thought I saw a dog jump up and bark. Um, I totally forgot where I was going with my conversation. I got sidetracked. Got distracted by that. I don't know. I was talking about baseball. I can't remember what I was talking about baseball though. Ballpark, air conditioning, air conditioning. Air conditioning is very welcome. Almost 10 o'clock. We'll probably finish this one off just to have like a stopping point. And once this is done, I will probably head in for the night. Sit down and actually finish eating my food. Good idea. Plus, I can get some good rest tomorrow. Before tomorrow. That would be ideal as well. Especially after sleeping so long last night. My body's like, I crave a long sleep. Give me another one of those long sleeps, please. Okay. We should relent so I don't feel awful tomorrow. How do you get to that? We'll clean this first. Some of these nooks and crannies are just I don't know how to get to. Like, it makes sense that dirt could get back there, but me as a cleaner, I don't understand how to get to clean. In the big areas first, or it'll do it right for me. That also works. That also works too. Perfect. It solved my problem. Clean front. Man, this White House shows dirt so much. Okay. Oh, a little bit. I can probably get that when I go on the roof. Hello, Mr. Gnome. I need a way to. Oh, you've fallen down. I can't pick you back up again, can I? Here, you can go hang out with the soccer ball. Oh, you kicked it! Okay, I will power wash it back towards you. Okay, apparently even Pops is out of his rocking chair now. Having a look at what? I wasn't paying attention to what Calvin Miller was texting me. I don't know what's going on. I'm just here washing your house. If this is even your house. I'm just a power washer. I'm not here for small talk. Not with a client. I'm here on business. I'm here to clean your house for you. The outside. Not the maid kind of way. That's not that kind of game. You know, there probably is, like, maid simulator games. And not like not in the weird way. Not in the weird way, but like actually cleaning a house, like mopping a floor, cleaning a kitchen, you know, all that kind of stuff. Laundry or something. Somebody has had to made it. The window clean? The window is clean. Cool. Almost done. 64%. I think the majority is going to be on the roof. I'm pretty sure I've gone down all four sides of the house after this wall. It'll just be underneath the bits here, like the roof itself. Slowly but steadily wins the race. Much more. Oh my gosh. Really? That much? Really? I just want the wall to be clean. There's been more left. There's been more left on other surfaces. Wall, please. There we go, okay. Phew! Now this is gonna be a pain in the ass. Just know it. We'll get real nice and close to it. Maybe we can do it just underneath here like this. No ladder needed. No ladder needed here. Do that one part. Bungalow roof. Okay, cool. I can deal with that. Get this edge here. The edge before I get on the roof so I don't have to come back and do all this again. Cleaning it, okay. Little by little. Here. Is that one? Yeah. Pretty clean. Okay, you know, I'm scared to look at what the back looks like. Okay, we'll just start with like in between the gutter line here. I've been pretty diligent. Why is there? I did clean. I did clean the side of this. Like, why is there some dirt there? Here. Missed one. Whoopsies. My head must have been down while I was going through it. Get that while I'm here. Okay. Let's get the ladder. Ladder in the front. It is. Whoa. Oh no, let me up! Let me up! We're so close to being done. We're almost at the funny number 2. There we go. Okay, look at all this crap up here. Gross. Probably actually is crap. Get the chimney cleaned up. Birds are gonna be so happy. Their crapping grounds are gonna be so shiny. That rust? It could be. Chimney plastic? Are chimneys plastic? I don't know if that's a smart idea. How much heat comes through here though? Boom, chimney done. Okay. Little by little. It's not a task. This is just a small piece of a satisfying puzzle. Can't think of it as stressful. It's just like the walls. Just go slowly, slowly but steadily, get them finished. You have one piece done. Or it's like when you're about to be off from work, you're like, ugh, I'm gonna be off. I'm 2 hours away from being off of work. But if you think of it as like, oh, well, I'm 4 increments of 30 minutes away from being off from work, or 8 increments of 15 minutes from being off from work. You just chop it down into little bite-sized pieces. voila. One little area almost cleaned. That's not what I went. Don't press E. There we go. It's happy. This down here. Up there. One piece done. I guess I'll start from top to bottom. Probably be the easiest way, just from perspective of where it sits. It starts getting too close though. Oh, well, I'm crouched. I'm crouched is probably why. This is much more manageable. But man, I wonder why I can't spray down. You would think I would have room to spray down. I'm 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 prone. I'm army crawling on the roof. No wonder I don't have room. Okay. Oh, you know what? This isn't too bad. You know, I was probably in the prone position. I was like, oh, this looks like a nightmare. This isn't too bad though. And going from up to down like that. Here I am tilting my head again. Like that's gonna help. Oh, these gutters. Oh, gross. These gutters, man. Don't fall off the roof. In the gutters. Done. Cleaned. Perfect. Perfecto. Oh. Chunk of the roof done. Oh, goodness. Keep working on it. One quadrant of the roof done. 3 more go. That wasn't too bad. Especially since this dirt comes off fairly easy. Large areas are more daunting than they actually are. They seem more daunting than they actually are. These gutters? Nope. Soph was probably working on these gutters. But good. I feel like I'm gonna miss like a spot here or there, and I'm gonna be on the hunt for it later and be like, where is dirt? Why am I at 1%? Oh, how did I miss that handrail? I missed a lot of things over there. Oh, we've got the to-do list now. I guess there's just lots of big areas left. Almost done. Oop. It really is satisfying just to wash it. Wash it, watch off? Watch it wash off. Like algae on the roof? Probably. Some sort of vegetation. Is algae a vegetation? I don't know. I'm not sure what algae classifies as. It's okay, whoever owns this house. No longer do you have to be the embarrassment of the street. I will get your house in tip-top shape, at least from the outside. Finish off your roof here. And with the work that Soph put in earlier, we'll make everything nice and clean for you. It's getting to that part of the night where I'm tired that I'm talking to a theoretical person now. We're so close, though. We're so close. I can taste it. Actually, no, I don't want to taste this. Oh, no! Fell off the roof. Okay, very careful. Let me up. Nope. Line up. There we go. You can see where I fell off the roof. Okay, no consequences. That's fine. Erase my evidence. I didn't fall off the roof. What? What are you talking about? Me? I would never. The gutters clean here too? Yeah. Big Soph was working on the gutters. That other gutter was nasty. Almost a half roof done. Worthy of a pat on the back. And almost, hey, over 90% done. I did it for... Okay, it was half a roof there. It did it for me. It's like we take pity on yourself. Hi, cat. I can't zoom in on you, but hello. And volcano in the distance. So close. Just the roof. Roof and posts. Is it back on the... Is it back on the porch? Man, I did a really crappy job on the porch, didn't I? I thought I did my bestest, but apparently I didn't. Not gonna fall off this time. Turn around. that gutter's clean too. Thanks, Soph. Getting those gutters all good. All good to go. Okay. 95%. Start at the top again. Do it like 2 more pieces. Oh, I said I didn't want to rush through this and just enjoy it, but at the same time, I'm like, I'm kind of hungry. Which I could be eating while I'm doing this now, but I'm this close to finishing. I might as well get finished, you know? Whoa. Let's not fall off the roof. No falling off the roof. Last bit. Last bit. Okay, not true. Last roof bit and some posts. Is it up there? Maybe. Oh! Oh! It scared me! Why? There's a lot of roof. Okay, I'm not gonna question it. I'm not gonna question it. Posts. Post. Porch post. Porch roof. Porch post. Post. Porch. Porch fence. Porch. There. Posts. No frame. Post. Which post am I missing? The post? Door frame? Post? Garage door? Post? Post. Where is there even dirt on this post? On that side? There we go. One more post. This post? Yeah. Dirty post. Obviously my handiwork too. Job complete! Yay! Okay. Let's watch the time lapse. Oh man, stretch. Slowly but steadily. Got done. Okay. I'm going to end it off here tonight so I can get off and go eat. Let us see here real quick. Alright, we're gonna raid Arya. I'm going to remember to rate, so we're gonna rate Arya. But yeah, thank you for coming to hang out with me tonight. Thanks for coming to hang out with me and Soph tonight. Unfortunately, Soph's internet flickered, and he was done trying, which is fair. It's kind of a pain when things just shut off and turn back on again. So yeah, here should go follow Soph, who is linked in chat right now. You should go follow him and see him. That'd be pretty cool. Other than that, I'll be streaming again on Saturday. I believe it's 8:30. I have it set. Yeah, 8:30 p.m. Central. We'll be doing more Cafe Enchanté. So, you come tune in then. And till then, I guess this is it. And we're gonna rate Arya, so we're gonna give her lots of love. Yeah, I'm tired. If you couldn't tell, I'm tired. So I will see you guys on Saturday. Have a good rest of your day, night, wherever you are. And until then, bye bye.